Well, that was bad. Damn. Let me get some of this up and running. Whoopsie. All right, let's see. Chat, come back any moment now. Yo, oops. Sometimes stream be crashing. You know what they say. Sometimes the stream be crashing. We are Sober Rock. I'm back after being killed by the woke mind virus. I kind of want to create like a conspiracy theory chat. Like I know it would like make the world a worse place and I would like ruin like some aspect of society. It would just be any decision I make would just make everything irrevocably worse. But like I should do it, you know? I can't believe you become so woke that stream had to be cut. Sorry guys, my handlers cut my stream. Okay. Yeah, like we were saying, Andy hates the game because it's not a game for white gooners. The funniest part is that there's probably like more like gooner gaming these days than like you could possibly ask for, right? Like I am at like a like I am spoiled for choice in terms of gooner gaming. Like, you know, I could really just explore. Like, you just go to Steam, right? You go to Steam, there's like an adults only section. All right, chat. Like, you just go here and you're just like, I can't click on any of these, by the way, right? But like this, there's so many. Okay, some of these are really expensive, by the way. That's $60 for that. But there's so much Gooner gaming. Be careful, Diesel. I'm not gonna click on any of them. I'm not gonna click on any of them. They're like 3 Gooner Hitler games. Yeah, I will say that some of these kind of suck. Okay, like a lot of these Gooner games kind of suck. They're not like fun. Hold on, let me go to top rated. Some of these I actually have in my library. Some of them like they came in like a humble bundle, right? Found out Wild Woody is an important game recently. Let's see. I'm trying to think of one that was good that I played. Oh, I tried out Carnal Instinct, which is like a furry one. I bought it as like a gag, right? They aren't supposed to be fun. They're supposed to be playable with one hand. That's the thing, though. I download. This is wild, guys. So I have a Steam Deck, right, and I rarely use it. And no, there's been like adult game humble bundles, right? But I have a Steam Deck, and one of my games works on Cloud Meadow, right? That's the monster. It's a monster fucking one, because of course, you know, because Diesel, right? But it works on fucking Steam Deck, dude. And I was playing it on Steam Deck because it's like a farming game, and it just so happens to have like a sex mini game in it, right? But I was playing it, and I was like, wow, this is like actually like a really good experience. This game was like made for the Steam Deck. Okay. Didn't they stop working on Cloud Meadow? Yes. I don't know, man. Like I think they just move like slow as fuck. But the guys who make Trials in Tainted Space and Corruption of Champions have updates all the time. I like just updated Trials in Tainted Space, and there is more content in that game. And I know it's a text RPG, but like literally it is one of the best gooning games ever. It is peak gooning game content. Or like Nikke. Nikke's great. And I mean I guess you could technically goon to Nikke, right? But yeah, tits is still peak. Cock is a name I haven't heard in a while.
Mercury
Yeah,
celebrates 8 months of membership. Oh gods. Coke is a name I haven't heard in a while.
Azur Lane I don't like as much. Right? I don't like Azur Lane. I think the gameplay is worse than Nikke. I think Nikke's gameplay is better. And then yeah, Orc Massage is great, but that also doesn't get updated very often. Nikke is daily slop with based OST. Yeah, but there's a Vampire Survivors minigame in it. And that's all I want. I just want Vampire Survivors, but like with an anime. That's it. ZZZ just got Vampire Survivors. I haven't played it in a while. I gotta play it again. There's like too much going on in ZZZ, so I don't like I don't have like time. I feel like I gotta dedicate a lot of time to it, right? I feel like I can't just like, oh, I'll play 15 minutes today. You know, it feels like, okay, I gotta spend the next hour playing.
Lone Rider, Jake Conway.
Oh my god, we're all the way back here. Why do you know so much about Gooner games? I really don't. Like, there's a lot of ones that are like horrendous. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of them that are just like 3D guy, and those are like really boring, and like you don't like those are just like they suck.
None of these developers beta tested any of these ideas with.
This is corny. I like he like did he like go out? He had to go out to like find the one with black representation in it. To be honest, if that's like an early 2000s frat house, but this is like you know when you get old and you're like the young generations do it differently than we did it, right? This is that, but for like some guy with hoe scaring philosophy. You know, because he's like, oh man, video games used to be so cool when I was a dude in my 20s, but now that I'm 40, everything's lame and cringe. It's like, yeah, you're old now. And you're old. That's it. It's not that anything changes, that you're now old.
Normal guys. I guarantee you get a bunch of straight.
I ain't even trying to meme or be mean for a bit. I am genuinely concerned, dog. I really, really don't know that much. I really don't know that much. I know the popular ones, right?
In a room and they would tell you this idea was terrible. Oh, but the cherry on top.
Also, that's such like basic dudes, you know, like that archetypical 2000s culture dude, right? Because I don't know, like if I was growing up then, I wouldn't be hanging out with these people, right? I'd be with like the fucking like punk kids who go to fucking punch each other in the face and listen to Slipknot and shit.
Bunch of straight dudes in a room and they would tell you this idea was terrible. Oh, but the cherry on top, of course, is this. Black female lesbian.
I don't think I've ever met a dude in the wild who says this shit like that games are woke. I feel like there's a reason for that. Yeah, I like what is it? The guys with like hoe scaring ideologies like go to their 9 to 5, come home, drink, and then be miserable. Like they don't do much, dude. Like I don't even think they believe it, right? I feel like because I've said this for me, like after I got laid, I started swinging more left, right? I don't know why, but like just getting laid made me like not as insufferable.
And girl boss as the main character. Like, F off, dude. I'm not playing.
Like, you don't even know what happens, Andy, and you're just making wild claims about the story.
I think it's a woman. It might be a man. It might be a they, them. All right, jumping back to the 2000s.
Those two things are not even comparable. Like, the thing is, if he made like comparisons with the game that's like reasonably similar, it would make his argument stronger. Like, even in his own defense, his argument is presented poorly by himself, right? Like, if he was really passionate about this topic, he would pick games that are representative of the era, which I don't think these games are representative of the era at all. Because the time period when Modern Warfare 2 came out versus Ride to Hell is too long, right? And then I would compare Modern Warfare 2 versus something more recent, maybe like an Apex Legends, right? If you still want to cherry pick for woke games, you could pick Apex, because that's a shooter with many people who are on the staff for this, which, by the way, he would probably call Apex woke, but the same people who made Apex are these people. But it would still be a better argument because it's in the same genre.
And I know this isn't fair to compare this game, but it just popped off
Cookie
my
or
shelf.
bussy can make or break a person.
Just getting laid, being held closely at night will change a man. Okay, it just will.
2009 Modern Warfare 2. Back of the box says this. Modern Warfare 2 continues the gripping and heart-racing action as players face off against a new threat dedicated to bringing the world to the brink of collapse. Like, yes.
Yeah, but that's like a really vague statement. Like that's like a nothing statement, dude. Like, Modern Warfare 2 continues the gripping and heart-racing action as players face off against a new threat. Like this statement was written with the intention of not calling to fact like any political affiliation, right?
New threat dedicated to bringing the world to the brink of collapse. Like, yes, dude, I want to know that new threat dedicated to bringing the world to the brink.
Like, that's worded. Like, you can't say that back, Andy, and listen to that and think that that's how people talk. Like, that's written like marketing speak. That's the exact thing you're complaining about, is marketing speak. That's marketing speak. You were repeating marketing speak and going, yeah, that's totally more relatable. But it's not, because that's not how people talk, right? Like, they're avoiding, okay, what's that movie from the 80s about the fucking Russians invading, and it's like the kids are fighting against them? Red Dawn, right? Modern Warfare 2 is like a Red Dawn. Right? It's just doing that again. Okay? But unlike Red Dawn, which came out in the 80s, Modern Warfare 2 doesn't have the gusto to say that America has been invaded by the Russians, which is what's happening in the game. I know it's like a little more specific than that, but like it's worded particularly to be marketing speak,
Of collapse.
to not be offensive, to catch the widest audience.
Also, if you had played Call of Duty before this, you're kind of already invested. So it's a great tagline. 2024?
Yeah, it's not, because it doesn't call back to any of the things that you invested time in. I mean, it's a good way to get people's attention to buy a thing, but it doesn't explain what that thing is.
Game, Flock. Flock is a multiplayer co-op game about the joy of flight and collecting adorable flying creatures with your friends. Soar through beautiful landscapes, seeking out rare and elusive creatures to add to your flock. Like, dude, this shit is gay. Like, this is either...
But that's just like, why didn't he compare... Why is he comparing, like, an indie game to fucking Modern Warfare 2? Like, you know, like, if we want to talk about it, like, let's compare it to a creature collector, right? Compare it to Pokemon. Compare it to something that would be in the genre. Like, his argument is just presented, like, unironically, he is, like, presenting his own argument badly. It's like he set himself up for failure. He like, the only people who would agree with him have to have, like, the immense amount of political brain rot.
Designed for a 5-year-old, or it's designed for a 30-year-old game?
This looks like it blows Pokemon games out of the water. It looks more like a game dedicated to the vibes. Maybe, like, something like an Abzu or a Journey. Or there's a recent one that came out, Pathless, right? But those look a little bit more complicated than that. This looks like one of those like vibe chill games, right? That you just like put on and it probably has like really relaxing tunes or whatever the fuck. But you know, it doesn't I don't think for me this is a game that would be mechanically complex enough to entertain me. You know what I mean?
A man or it's designed for a woman, but none of those people are buying Xboxes. Like Phil,
But you don't like it. The thing is, this would require you to provide some statements or statistical evidence, right? Like this is something where an argument for this could be better if you could specify who's buying what and what are in what market segments, right? Because you know, people don't just like games cost a lot of money, right? You need to do market research, right? You need to know who's looking for your product. So that way, when you put out your product, it doesn't flop on arrival. A lot of games die on Steam because people didn't do the marketing, right? And as a result, right, we'll go to my Steam homepage. So we'll go under new releases. All right, new and trending. All right, so this is here. Right? So this to my knowledge isn't tailored by anything. It's whatever is like recent. Seen more new releases. Thank God that image didn't have any like fucking porn in it. Right? So this is new releases. This is straight up new releases, right? But a lot of these games are going to flop, right? And the reason is because they didn't do their like market research to figure out where they needed to put their money. Like with Mana Potion, we know that we're aiming at ages 25 to 34, primarily the female demographic, right? And also we're aiming at people who are interested in Dungeons and Dragons. Now, we do have male customers and female customers, right? The gender is not as important. The age demographic is, because we need people to have disposable income, are interested in things like coffee, are probably working age, but also enjoy things like Dungeons and Dragons, right? Which is a specific market segment we're aiming at. You need to do the same thing with games because they're a high investment medium. Okay? Like that is something that happens, right? Flock isn't targeting the modern warfare audience. Flock is targeting the people who enjoyed a certain type of thing. Maybe it's targeting women, maybe it's targeting children. But these things target specific people, and they do that deliberately and take that into account when they're going into the budgeting. The reason that big AAA games tend to flounder or have hundreds of millions of dollars in marketing is because they're trying to hit a huge swath of the market. And in order to do that, they need humongous market saturation, which makes them a very high stakes endeavor, which means people aren't willing to take risk, which is something we've also seen with movies. Okay. But that is how we do these things, right? I teach film, okay, and I run a coffee company, okay? I know I'm comparing apples and oranges, but so are you. And this is just how business marketing works. Like, this a balls crush simulator is wild. Wild, wild, wild. Or like you got AI crap now on Steam too. That is very much clearly an AI generated porn game. You could just tell looking at the goblin on it. That's like Fudanari's secret to forest is wild. What the fuck? Marketing is marketing at the end of the day. Fundamentals are the same. Yeah.
Oh, you're retarded and your company's going to go out of business if you keep this up. All right, jumping back to
I mean, it's not going to go out of business because the only people that buy games aren't just like dudes. Like there are other people in the market that you can target, right? Like it's just more money for everybody. Like if I could target my thing at a specific group that isn't being catered to, I got an entire niche market to myself and I get to rake in all the dough of being an early adopter.
2000s. This is a good one. Dark Sector 2008. Become the ultimate weapon.
Dude, it's like all cover shooters.
Virus, the source of your pain. Your enemy, your power. Unleash the deadly power of the glaive and become the hero. Like, dude, that's the back of a box right there. Now I'm intrigued. Now I'm like, whoa, a virus? My power.
Let's play a game. Is this from a hentai game or a big testosterone game? Explore Carlsberg's town and conquer the wilderness. Outplay your opponents and get what you came here for. Okay, that's clearly from a porn game. Come on, Cosmic.
Power? What is the glaive? Like, what is this about? I want to become the ultimate weapon. Like in the 2000s.
Dude, I don't even know if this guy knows what a glaive is, dude.
Games were made by straight dudes, and
In the early 2000s, games were made by straight dudes. Dude has like a complete blind spot to like fucking 60 years of gaming history, dude.
in 2020, games are made by mostly gay men and women.
What do you mean? Statistics. Give me the stats, buddy. Come on, give me the numbers. Give me the numbers, buddy. Give me the numbers. Come on, give me some numbers.
It's that.
If you're gonna make very big statements like that, you better give me some stats, right? Give me the racial crime stats like Synthetic Man. Come on.
Men, actual straight men.
I feel like telling Andy that Pac-Man came from the creator wanting to make a game that appealed to women. Straight up, he was like, "Oh, women like eating, so that's why there's food in it."
We want power. We want cool weapons.
Men want power, cool weapons, attractive women. Bad news. I think a lot of women want that too, buddy. I don't know, bro. Bro, everybody likes power and cool weapons, bro. A lot of women like attractive women too. Everybody wants good gameplay. Only one of those things I think is gender specific, and it's not even that gender specific.
Want, deadly powers and glaives and becoming the ultimate weapon.
I don't. This is like this is bait, dude. This is bait. I know in the debate with Ackman, he like it says that he's just like grifting. But but like this is like very clearly bait because he doesn't know what he's talking about. You can hear it in his voice.
That sounds cool. But if you're a gay man or a woman or a child, none of...
Listen, man, I'm straight as fuck. I love pounding pussy. but like you look like a fucking homo when you say this shit.
Which are people who actually play video games, then
you sound like you want to slobber, bro. That's what you sound like. Bro, you sound like a pillow princess, brother.
You want to collect adorable creatures. It really comes down to that. 2024, magical delicacy, and I've made fun of this game before. A wholesome pixel art platformer. Cook magical delicacies from a vast collection of ingredients in your own shop. Explore an unfamiliar town and deliver tasty treats to the...
I mean, it's like a slice of life game. It's not aimed at you, right? Like, I wouldn't sit down and play this, right? Like, it's not interesting to me. Like, I'm not interested by the pitch. That's just what it is, right? Like, you're just pitching something. Marketing is just pitching something to someone.
Townsfolk. Like, no, dude. What the fuck? Yeah, no straight guy has ever thought, I want to deliver tasty treats to the townsfolk. That is...
Me playing Animal Crossing, I better get this cake to Isabel or she will hate me.
A very weird sentiment I've seen lately is people getting mad about things that aren't made for them at all. Like people getting mad at Nintendo Directs whenever a game wasn't Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, that's a really great point. I don't know when this happened, dude. I don't know. I guess it's like I know we experience the universe from our perspective singularly, but like we know it doesn't revolve around us, right? Like that's something that we grow up, and then once we pass the age of like 23, we understand that the world doesn't revolve around us.
Something women would do.
Okay, attempt number 2 at trying to stump D. Is this game hentai or a big badass game? Corruption of Champions. I mentioned that earlier. but like I said, I prefer Trials in Tainted Space. Trials in Tainted Space has more monster girls than like the Corruption of Champions, which is like loaded with like furry characters.
But that is not something a straight guy would be like, ooh, I want to deliver tasty treats. Jumping back to a classic from the 2000s.
Dude, the subtext of this one ain't going. This one goes right over his head.
Deus Ex Human Revolution 2011. The big text says, "The truth will change you." Like, damn, son, what truth? I have to know. What is...
What? Dude, this is like, he's literally just reading marketing and then looking at one side of the marketing in a pejorative manner and then reading the other marketing and pogging at it, dude.
is being hidden from me? It goes on. Critically injured after a deadly attack, Adam Jensen undergoes a life-saving operation, augmenting him with powerful
The
cybernetics.
truth will change you. The truth of your sexuality. Yeah, it's always like these guys who are like into Futanari and getting their back blown out. And they're like, but it's not gay, but it's not gay.
Caught in the middle of a vast conspiracy, Adam's choices will affect both himself and all of humanity as he seeks answers across the globe. Like, dude,
There's no way our brother says Deus Ex Human Revolution like it isn't one of the weakest Deus Ex games. Yep.
I am rock hard.
Even still, like the like the whole like cyberpunk genre would go like right over his head. Like just on a base level, dude.
Hard right now. Like, I want to play this game. I don't want to play anything about collecting adorable...
Yeah, because that's what marketing is. And you have marketing works like self-selection, right? You read a marketing blurb on a game, and then you read, doesn't sound like something I'd be interested in. Okay, the marketing has selected you out. Another person walks by, reads it, they go, oh, that looks interesting. They buy it.
He
That's
has
marketing.
never felt the joy of having a little sweet treat after a long day, or the embrace of love, and he never will.
I mean, this guy must have mommy issues, bro. But but it's like it's like if you walked into a store, so like the pink, like, you know how this, like, you know, they have like products for men and women sometimes, right? He's like the guy who walks into the deodorant aisle and sees like the deodorant for men and then the deodorant for women. He looks at the pink deodorant and goes, what is this gay shit? Why are they making this? And it's like, yeah, that's for somebody else. Attempt number 3, A Nightmare from Below. A hero with it from within. That one's really vague. But considering the last 2 were porn, I will assume the third one is porn.
Creatures or delivering gay treats to people's
This
house.
guy is like the living embodiment of like, he's like,
Never tell bro from Soft Made Cookies and Cream Island Adventure.
no, that's from Gears of War. Oh no. Dude, Gears of War gay confirmed. Dude, FromSoft was making, listen, Cookies and Cream Island Adventure. That was Kino. That was pure Kino. Right? So, you know, in like Red Letter Media, they have like the nerd crew, which, like, if the nerd crew is like the Mario and Luigi of consumed product, this guy is like the Wario Waluigi of consumed product. He's like the, wah, this a product, this is not for me. I'm a mad. He's that guy.
Houses.
This is the guy who wears, this is the guy who owns a shirt that says like, gamers don't die, they respawn. Bro's a don't enter my room right now, I'm gaming guy, right?
Want to play.
This is the gamer from the Law and Order SVU episode about Anita Sarkeesian.
Play whatever Human Revolution is about. And it's funny because
Bonus, you're going to be blown away. I mean, that could be anything. I mean, I've played games that blow me away in many ways, you know? So that could go either way.
it's like I can't put my finger on exactly what made 2000.
Bro says he's classically trained and pulls out an NES controller.
Games so good, but it has...
Dude, I don't know, bro. Crackdown 2 is better than Crackdown, personally. Also, couldn't find a better image. That's a little It's kind of blurry.
Something to do with men. Dude, we're dudes and we want games about dudes.
Okay. There ain't no way you can play Metal Gear Solid 4 and understand anything that's going on. Dude, Metal Gear Solid 4 is so fucking homoerotic. The two main characters kiss at the end of the game. Do not invoke the gayness of Metal Gear. Like, okay, games and understood. No. Okay, first of all, Metal Gear Solid 4, right? If we're talking about how soy and gay games are, let's talk about how gay Metal Gear Solid 4 is for a second, guys. Okay, all right. He's invoked it. Let's invoke it. All right. Let's see. About halfway through Metal Gear Solid 4, Raiden, who is naked and a cyborg and a man, has a sword fight, which is a euphemism for penis, with a vampire who dances and does flamenco. And also, the vampire is shirtless. And also, the vampire is literally bisexual. All right. What else? Snake has a weird reunion with his genetic mother, which is kind of cringe when you think about it, because that's kind of like a strange showing of emotions. Snake is also old, and his image has been replaced with a farty-darty old man, which is not very masculine, right? And the game is constantly referring to how old Snake is, and how painful he is, and how things aren't like they used to be, right? But I mean, let's talk about the fight with Liquid Ocelot and at the end of the game. So at the end of the game, Snake is like crawling through a microwave to get to the AIs to stop the Patriots, right? And as he's climbing through that, his suit is peeling off on him because it's a microwave. And you see Snake's ass in a unitard, and the shot is literally directly on his ass. Also, Otacon, one of the main side characters in it, is one of the most beta males, and I would unironically call Otacon a beta male, by the way, right? But Otacon is an unironic beta male who cries when Snake starts dying. What Foxdie does to a motherfucker. Right? But then, at the end, Liquid and Snake are fighting, and it gets to... So what's happening throughout the fight is that they're turning into their different selves from the other games, right? It's like very poetic and all that shit. And it gets to Metal Gear Solid 3. And in Metal Gear Solid 3, there was always these weird gay envious undertones between Ocelot and Naked Snake. So during the fight, when Ocelot uses CQC on Snake, he pulls him in and kisses him full on the lips with like tongue, bro. That happens. That happens in the fight, all right? Like, that is just the thing that happens in the game. There's, like, multiple moments in the game that are meant for, like, the female gaze, quote unquote. But then it's, like, made funny because, like, Snake is old. Pull it up. Jamie, pull up the clip of fucking Snake kissing his homie goodnight. Here. Otacon. Kiss. Oh wait, not Otacon. It's MGS4 Snake kiss. See, I was accidentally shipping them. Okay. Dude, this is 7 years ago. Which, by the way, Ocelot is already like the archetypal twink character, right? Okay, it wasn't on the lips. It was on the cheek. I don't know why I thought it was on the lips. But like, that's not helping the gay allegations at all. Close enough, right? What's the Vamp versus Raiden MGS4? Right? Here. This fight is like insane. I will say there is one weird thing that Kojima does. Like, Kojima has like he'll get like weird obsessions with like different celebrity women to like scan into his game, and then they're like drop dead gorgeous, and he has them like everywhere all the time. Naomi is an example of that. And Death Stranding, the Lea Seydoux, who plays Fragile, is like everywhere. Ain't no way my stream. Ain't no way my stream. No. How's it going? How's it going? I got a lot of drop frames right now. Ain't no way this is happening, dude. What is happening tonight? Refresh. We're trying to keep this ship running, man. It's falling apart over here. Where's the part where... Here. Oh, Vamp has the cock knife. That's right, he has the cock knife. So he pulls out the cock knife, he licks it.
Yet again, our paths cross.
Oh, yeah. And Raiden has cum blood. He has cum blood. Like his blood is white. Like cum. And then he licks the cum blood. He licks the cum blood. I don't know how you couldn't see gay undertones here, bro. This is kind of gay. I think this might be a little gay. I think you're slightly reaching with the blood thing. It is literally white. It is literally white.
You too, immortal.
No. I just don't fear death.
Yeah, Jack is about to break dance. There's like no reason for this to happen, by the way. This is a great fight, by the way. This is just a great fight. I fucking love it. But like, Vamp is just straight up dancing. Okay, he literally is quite literally dancing. Okay. What is it? The fight at the end between Troy Baker and Norman Reedus, dude. I don't even remember the names of the characters in Death Stranding, but at the end, that fist fight between them it has some gay undertones. What's with all these ass shots?
I hear streaming commentary counts as slop content according to Raymundo 2112.
It is. God. And don't get me wrong, chat, I do think it's a little ridiculous when like people always associate two characters as being like, oh, there's some romantic undertones because they're having like a fight, right? Like sometimes it is a fight and then sometimes it's like a little more than that. He uses emos to dodge all the attacks. Yeah, and the cyborg's wearing heels. There is a lot of ass shots in here. But yeah, Metal Gear Solid 4 is like... It is the least straight game you possibly could have shown.
And we want games about male transformation and identity and a man who is going through something, who is actually a man.
I mean, characters going through things is like how you write a story. Like, it just wouldn't be a very good story if the character didn't overcome something.
Really describe what made the 2000s games so good, other than that they're focused exclusively on the male psyche.
What made male games good? What made games in the 2000s good? They were focused solely on men. Is certainly a take. I mean, in just a way that I don't need a character to look like me, right? So this is not a woke take, right? People want more representation in games so that they can have somebody to quote unquote relate to.
Metal
right?
Gear makes me solid FR.
I don't relate to a character because they're Puerto Rican. Like, I'm Puerto Rican, right? But I don't relate to a character more because they're Puerto Rican. I relate to a character because of what they go through, because I understand their struggles, because I relate to the problems that they face, right? And sometimes men do face different problems than women, and then other times no. So, like, sometimes in games, I relate to the woman character's problem more, and it makes me feel a thing that Andy might have trouble dealing with, but it makes him feel empathy, because believe it or not, being a man is also being kind to others. Okay? I know I did it last stream, but I'll do it again. One of the greatest men of all time, one of the Sigma males, was a guy named Jesus Christ. You might have heard of him, okay? He actually loved people quite a lot, and you know what? It actually wasn't gay for him to do that. Okay? He actually loved people so much, he died on a cross. I know I'm doing the same thing again, but it's, come on.
Because it was men playing the games. It's always been men playing the games. So as long as Sony and Xbox don't realize this obvious fact and keep designing games for 14-year-old girls, for women, and for gay men,
like Gears of War, and I think Gears of War 2, right? What happens to Dom, the Hispanic guy who hangs out with Marcus Phoenix? What happens to Dom is relatable because he's dealing with family loss, right? You don't need a man. You don't need to be a man to understand how painful it is for Dom to have lost his family, right? Because we've all lost someone. And the idea of losing somebody like your daughter, or I think he lost his daughter and his wife, right? But you don't, like, if you're a parent, you can relate to that. If you've lost somebody, you can relate to that. You don't need to be a man to relate to that. That is just how fucking empathy and writing a character works. I mean, we have a lot of great writing these days and a lot of terrible writing. I'd argue we have a lot more terrible writing, but I don't think that's solely based on the woke agenda. I think there are people that want to prioritize that over good writing, but I don't think that's the only thing that's the issue, and I don't think it is the overabundance of that is the issue. I don't think there's an overabundance. I think we have more choice right now than we have in a long time, but I think as a result of that, the quality of content has gone down that we consume, okay? Because there's a lot of bad writing. I really enjoyed Space Marine 2. I have like 30 hours in it or something. The story is bad. It is bad. Anybody who tells you that story is good is literally smoking something, because it is not good. It is boring. It is very boring. It is very by the numbers. It is very minimal 40K crap. Okay, but the gameplay is good, so it doesn't matter.
I truly think Xbox is going to go out of business, and Sony will go out of business if they don't figure out who their audience is quickly. 2024 game, Chia, a tropical open world adventure. Take control of any animal or object you can find and jam on your fully playable ukulele. Like, no, dude, this just sounds like some cozy...
Dude, what is happening tonight? Holy shit. Rip stream. Dude, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with the stream today.
Garbage trash game. Like, if I wanted to... If I wanted to chill out and do nothing, I would just go do something besides play a video game. But when I play a video game, I want to have like an intense...
Well, then you go look for games that cater to that experience. I don't know why you need every game to cater to that experience. Like, these games aren't catering to that. They cater to a specific experience because it is doing a certain thing. Not everything does that thing that you want. That's fine. You go find that thing.
Experience. I don't want to have some cozy trash experience. So my only thinking with this is that Xbox seems to think that their target is gay men, 5-year-olds, and women. But the super obvious fact, as I've said it again and again, is that their audience is full of 30-year-old dudes. So
I
like
don't
at this,
like I think this guy is just stupid. Like he's actually just stupid. Like he lacks a really basic understanding of things. Like he is the guy who would fall for the as seen on TV ads. Like that is how bad he is.
this point, I just think Xbox is probably going to go bankrupt because they keep putting stuff like this out. All right, and let's look at the final game here that I found from the 2000s. And it is called The Chronicles of Riddick: Assault on Dark Athena. You already know this box is about to go hard.
Dude, I'm sorry, but I know people say the Chronicles of Riddick is like a good tie-in game. But are we seriously gonna say like Chronicles of Riddick is like a fucking brand is like amazing? Because it's pretty generic, I think. I don't look at Chronicles of Riddick and go, this is Kino. Okay.
At the top, it says in big letters, there is power in darkness. See, like men, we want power. We're all about powers and domination and
We're all about powers and domination. What do you mean by that, bro? What do you mean by that?
conquering. Understand your audience.
Bro, go do like a sport, bro. Go do a sport. Okay, you want to explore your masculinity? Go do a sport. You'll understand where you lie on the pecking order of masculine men if you pick up like a fucking martial art or like weightlifting, dude.
Guys. Below that, it says a dark, intense shooter.
That's like screaming like I have, like that's just like screaming unconfidence. Like this guy's argument has been presented so badly.
set in an epic sci-fi world. Like this is all things we want. We want darkness, we want intensity, we want shooting, and we want sci-fi. Riddick.
I mean, well, maybe I don't want that right now. Like I play different games at different times for different experiences.
Riddick brings the darkness with stealth, action, and brutal melee combat. And then for the first,
He's one of those people who think they're a leader when they have little to no positive qualities that make them a leader. A power fantasy without the consequences. A follower. Dude, Red Kitten, you're cooking. You're cooking.
first time, play as Riddick in multiplayer on System Link or online. Below that, it says, be Riddick, the most ruthless criminal in the universe. In his latest chronicle,
This video gives me flashbacks to when people were pretending the mecha genre was dead when Armored Core came out. Bro, the games are out there, go look.
Yep. It's just that people don't want to fucking spend any time looking for it. There's like tons of fucking games that you could be playing in different genres, but you're just not going out of your way to find it. You want it like spoon-fed to you.
Riddick has been captured by the Dark Athena, a mercenary ship hell-bent on eliminating him once and for all. Using his intense...
Does he think only certain types of games were made in the 2000s? Like, he doesn't seem to be looking at the same types of games to do comparisons. I know, like, I feel like I could present his arguments better than him. Like, I don't even agree with his arguments, but I think I could do a better job arguing his position than him. Like, I think I could be a better version. I think I'd do better.
Hand-to-hand combat skills, explosive firepower, and lethal stealth. Riddick must shut down the maniacal Captain Ravos and her deadly crew when Riddick steps into the darkness. No one is safe. Like, dude, don't you want to play that game? Darkness?
No, I don't really like buy a game just solely based on the marketing blurbs. Imagine, like, this is the guy who goes into a GameStop, looks at the back of the box, and buys a game off of the words on the back of the box. Okay, like a game is like a purchase that I like plan because they're $60. Okay, I go, oh, what are the reviews for this? What's the gameplay look like? Is it good? Is it buggy? Is it not? Those are all things you take into consideration. I don't look at the back of the box and go, oh, this seems cool, let me buy it. Like,
Our prison, these describe the kind of games that guys
Power, prison. I don't I don't fantasize. I don't have prison fantasies. What you talking about, bro?
That straight men want to play. And it's sad to see the video game industry completely bottoming out and completely dying right now because they're chasing audiences that don't exist. Gay men don't play your games.
Gay people do play a lot of video games, but they're just 3% of the population. Aren't there like 7 billion people on the earth? What is that? That is not... What? Wait, can we get a source? Can we source that, Jamie? Can we source that?
Kids don't play Xboxes. Women don't play Xboxes.
Source. 2023 was one of the worst revenue years for single-player video games. That's a really specific statement. Let's see. How was the market outlook of the games industry in 2023? Let's find out, guys. All right. Alrighty. One search. This is a top search result. So how did the 2023 ultimately shake out? Our games market and service, blah, blah, blah. To explore the data and trend shape, now let's get into 2023 revenue estimates and forecasts one last time before we publish the 2024 report in July. So these are forecasts, so this isn't the full report. Oh, this is like a market review of 2023. 2023 was the year for the video game history books. Almost too many game launches, deals, ventures, blah, 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 and stuff to unpack. Let's see. So let's wind back the market clock to last year. We had estimates that games market generated $182 billion in 2022. It was the first time since we started tracking global games market revenues that we forecast on a year-to-year decline. We deemed it a corrective year for the market. Fortunately, the decline didn't last long. We now forecast the global games market will generate $184 billion in 2023. This is weird. They did this at the end of 2023, but they're like wording it like it's not. Growing 0.6%. So this is like a long form estimate that they're saying here, right? So when they say something's like a corrective year, they're saying like overvaluations are being corrected by the market. So like, let's say like a tech investor invests a bunch in crypto, and then we realize, oh, crypto isn't that big of a market force, so we start to buy out of it. And some people still buy in it for the long term because they're interested in it. So corrective means like some of those people leave, some of them stay, so the overall course of the market goes down, right? Fortunately, the decline didn't last long. We now forecast that the global games market will generate blah, blah, blah. So growing 0.6% year on year. So that's saying longitudinally, over a long period of time, the games industry is growing by 0.6% year over year, right? It will also grow 205.7 billion by 2026. So they're using market estimates to determine how the game industry is going to go over a long period of time, right? So he could argue, oh, okay, well, the games industry was doing bad in 2022. Well, doing bad is relative to how the market is doing. And we're talking about market shifts over like a very small number of like a small amount of money to like these companies, right? So they can weather it. But that tells me that, hey, the market's still fine. Game industry.biz. This one's actually good. I actually knew a writer for this back in the day. So let's pull it out. 2023. Yeah, so 2023 they generated 184 billion year over year. So the game industry in 2023, this is what posted in 2024. So he's just wrong. he is literally wrong, because in 2023, the game industry was up as a whole total. And console gaming sales went up by around 2% in 2023. But mobile games are on a decline. Like, I don't... And even better than that, look at this. Look at the best-selling games of 2023 in the United States. Yeah, maybe specific companies are eating shit, but the main industry is fine. Yeah, I like, but it's like, like, it's so incredibly hilarious how bad, like, he didn't do any research. He just sat down and started yapping, right? Like, if we were going to talk about, like, the quote-unquote, like, woke gaming, right? I mean, some people would say Hogwarts Legacy is woke. Some people would say it's not. But that was the best-selling game of 2023 in the United States. 3% gay, lesbian, or homosexual, 4% bi, 1% pan, 1% ace, 1% other, 11% I don't know, adding up to 21% of the world's population being not straight. That's 1,470,000,000 people. But like, let's just keep going down this to compare like how poorly he's understanding like the market, right? He's trying to extrapolate this information into something concrete about the market, but we can fact check that, right? He should be not an idiot, and this is exactly what people would fact check him on, right? So it's like, okay, well, if the game is if the games industry is catering solely towards the gays, right? Hogwarts Legacy had a large controversy over its representation of gay and trans people because of J.K. Rowling, but that game performed well in comparison. Call of Duty Modern Warfare is another game in the Modern Warfare series. The game you self-mentioned is a game series that's very masculine. Legend of Zelda Tears of a Kingdom. I don't know how this guy feels about Nintendo. He probably thinks they're all gay, but again, we're talking about a long-form franchise. I don't know. Maybe Legend of Zelda was or isn't gay in the early 2000s to him, but now it is. I'd say it's about the same level of gayness. Marvel's Spider-Man 2 includes a black man, so if it was that the games industry is performing poorly because of DEI, that's wrong, because Call of Duty features prominent black and and minority characters. Hogwarts Legacy, lots of minority characters. Spider-Man did very well, lots of minority characters. Madden is a sports game. Diablo, despite everybody poo-pooing over Blizzard, did completely well, being one of the top-selling games of 2023. So that is another example of the DEI woke mind virus not affecting a game's sales. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, another example of the DEI didn't affect the game's sales. Star Wars Jedi Survivors has multiple prominent gay characters as well as black characters and minority characters. Did perfectly well. Mortal Kombat 1 really shouldn't have done well, in my opinion, but there's another example of a game that was accused of being DEI and woke mind virus doing well. Starfield, piece of shit game filled with woke mind virus, DEI, did well. I don't know how Starfield is selling. I really, really don't think it should have, because it is not good. United Kingdom, same as well. Metacritic's top 3. Legend of Zelda, possibly gay. Baldur's Gate, possibly gay. Asgard's Wrath, I don't know what that is. Let's see, top game publishers. So it's like a lot of these like gay, like game companies you would expect to be doing bad. Possibly. They count Game Pass players as part of the sales, if I recall correctly. Ah. And then it goes over the mobile market. Like, fucking, are you kidding me? Let's see. Most covered games, Starfield, Diablo. Top 10 games on TikTok. Like, this guy really... Dude, this is really great information. This guy didn't look up anything. This is really great information. This guy is, like, actually, like, ignorant.
Phil Spencer and PlayStation and all these companies need to wake up and
Yeah,
freaking
2023.
realize.
Yeah, that's just wrong. That's like literally factually incorrect. Like I just fact checked that.
Phil Spencer and PlayStation and all these companies need to wake up and freaking realize that straight dudes are playing these games and they need to be making games for us. So developer.
But like if it was just for straight dudes, I doubt it would sell as well as it did. You're telling me this is like, if the game industry is growing, not everybody who's entering the market as a consumer of games can be a straight dude. That's just literally impossible. You wouldn't have a growing market unless multiple people were just coming into the like consumer market for this. It wouldn't be a growing market at that rate.
If you are listening, give us
Well, until they realize that they're No, like that's not how audiences work. That's just not how business works.
manly games. Give us power. Give us darkness. Give us violence. Give us brawny buff.
Give us dude, go outside and like, dude, I almost told them to go outside and commit a crime, but don't do that. But like, dude, you know, if this was like the early 2000s, this guy would have been, you know, all over the news for committing a crime, a mass crime, if you will. Get into a sport, go outside, touch some grass, like unironically.
Dudes who beat the crap out of people with our sick powers. And if y'all do this, if y'all quit being pussies, if y'all quit pussifying the game industry and actually give us manly games, we will buy games again. But the video game industry, the video game economy is going to keep crashing until y'all give people what they want.
But it's not crashing. It's growing year over year. Like your thesis statement is the games industry is shrinking because the woke mind virus is ruining the marketability of games, thus decreasing the amount of the revenue the games industry is getting. That is your thesis statement. But categorically and factually, if we look at the numbers, the game industry is growing based on your thesis statement. Ergo, your thesis statement is wrong.
So simple. I'm out of here. Today,
You're already my favorite YouTuber. Keep speaking the truth, brother.
Are gamers homophobic? Yes, as we should be. When can I look up comments that people have done on YouTube, dude? Recent comments on this channel is quite a wild one. I tried playing it, and I don't feel like Mafia. This may just be personal experience. The Mafia is the 30s, the 40s aesthetic. Yeah, I guess like some people say that. I like Sopranos personally. How'd you do that? I didn't even know I could do this. This is a new feature. I think I got just cycled in. I'm getting tired of finding you in every comment section that critiques a game in critiques the game in any way, you low life. Okay, he's just mad. This guy's just mad. It's funny the Ballad of Gay Tony in GTA 4 expansion is less gay than what's been released shortly. Have you met, like, gay dudes? I think premium members might be able to do it. Yeah, I don't know how I was able to get that. That just happened.
Lone Rider, Jake Conway.
Yeah, what the fuck? Now I can't access
Lone
it.
Rider, Jake Conway.
I want it. Give me that. I like that. That was a good feature. Give it back to me. I can't access it now. Right click? Yeah. No, click there, the picture. Oh, okay. Click on the picture. Got it. One comment. I think he might have censored the comments because there's a lot of positivity here, but I don't think it would be. Dude, why am I getting comm banned in my competitive game when I keep yelling slurs at my team? Bro, like, that's the thing. Like, I play a lot of Valorant competitive. Like, I can't fucking focus and play my role if the guy's just like, N-word, 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 N-word. Right? So, like, I'm just like, get comm banned. Like, you're not helping. You're just, like, lowering everybody's experience here. Like, we need to work together. I can't have you just trash talking. Like, it's just fucking annoying, dude. He's deleting people bringing up the act, man. My problem is when the dev called me all sorts of ist and phobic when I show them no interest. What's going on, man? What's going on? What happened? Descriptions used to tell a story, a situation that would grab your attention. Modern games sound like a checklist. Dude, they sound exactly the same. They sound exactly the same. Yeah, it's like when people found out a ton of women play Valorant and went full horrible asshole mode. I will say this, a lot of women play Valorant. A lot of women play Valorant. It's very... I never expected it because I came from CSGO where everybody played was like a Russian... was like the worst Russian asshole ever. YouTube has a slop problem and it's just commentary channels. We had a commenter mention that earlier. A chatter mentioned that. They said they don't know about it. But that is a 35-minute video. Yeah, no, this is just like somebody complaining about commentary. I mean, some of these guys do a good job. Other ones don't. Mudahar's pretty good. Tom's pretty good. I don't agree with Tom's opinions on everything. And, like, I think he can be deliberately edgy, which is, like, up to him or whatever the fuck. Pyro's okay. He doesn't really do much. Fucking... Yeah, I know Nux got caught doing stupid shit, and he ate crow for that. Who's that other guy? Is that a Cheeto? That might be a Cheeto. A Cheeto's like fine. Yeah, that's just like okay. No, these are like this is like a political bread tuber video, isn't it? I'll click on it.
Let me start off by saying that YouTube can be a very, very profitable platform.
Hmm. Okay. He's an Embrace of Shadows clone. Yeah, it's BreadTube. I could tell with the first line. Yeah, YouTube has a slop problem, yet brother's making a bunch of iceberg videos. I don't have a problem with people making any kind of content. I think it's really self-important when you kind of act like one type of content is better than another. Because ultimately content on the internet serves one purpose, right? It's a distraction, right? And you can provide like information or do anything like else, but at the base level is to provide a distraction, right? So ultimately, like I think for a commentary channel, the gist of it is that you should at least one, be honest with your opinions, two, not present things incorrectly or try your best to not do that. Okay, hold some journalistic standard. And then three, correct it because the professionals don't and you should. And that's all you need to do. If you make like horror content, don't make it exploitative. Don't like do a Ouija board to somebody. Like it's really basic stuff, right? Like if you were on your deathbed and you had to confess to your worst things, don't make it the content you make, right? As long as you're not breaking the law, make whatever content you want. Make that bag, yeah. Because you're just appealing to a certain person. I think when you start to be like, well, this type of content isn't good. This kind of bothers me. It's like a personal taste thing. You know, it's just like, you don't need to be that uppity about it, really. I think a lot of bread tubers think they're really, really smart and important. And we're all just fucking yuppies on the internet, bro. We don't matter that much. You know, it would behoove us to have some humility about it. Like, I'm a nobody. Okay? Like, don't be thinking you're a thought leader, you know? The ending is so weird. What's weird about the ending? Ultimately, content like this appeals to like BreadTube Andy type people anyway, right? So, like the dog packs, well, I'm sure dog packs on the receiving end in this video too, but please watch it. Is it really bad, Platinum? I'll give it like 10 minutes.
Let me start off by saying that YouTube can be a very, very profitable platform if you play your cards
horrible
right.
Advice.
There are respectable ways to make a living on the platform, and there are less respectable ways. This results in sort of metas that creators follow. Some of these require a lot of work. For example, in 2021, when icebergs dominated YouTube, many creators started making videos in that format, and were very, very successful for it.
I mean,
however,
they still do.
to make a good iceberg video, a lot of research and effort was required.
Yeah, but like Reddit like fulfills that role for a lot of this. So I'd argue you can bang out an iceberg video in like a week.
Leading to many people to hop onto the bandwagon, but in result they produce some pretty decent content. However, recently, a genre of content has become incredibly profitable. But unlike iceberg videos, these videos have zero value in terms of entertainment.
I mean, I'll say it. I was dogging on August the Duck earlier, but I wasn't dogging on August the Duck for getting a bag. I was dogging on August the Duck for presenting false information.
Information or quality. This is YouTube's slop problem.
It's just like, this is like, okay, here's the thing. If you're gonna make a video on commentary channels, just make it just do it. Right? This is called burying the lead. Don't bury the lead.
Is that slop can succeed on this platform.
His agenda shows up when he talks about Moon. Isn't Moon like a right-wing Andy, like a politituber? Because I wouldn't consider Moon commentary.
Most of you are likely familiar with content farms that produce content for children with little to no value. And in many cases, these videos are straight up inappropriate and expose their young audiences to some pretty messed up stuff. However, that's not the subject of today's video. Drama is something that people are inherently drawn to. It's in our nature to seek out new and exciting information regarding scandals and controversies. Mainstream media has known this for decades and has heavily profited off of it. This is by no means different on YouTube, and it has been so for a long time. However, the difference is in the presentation.
The presentation, I mean, the only thing that really matters when you do drama is to not get the information wrong. You can be like a fucking, like, I know I make the funny haha goon jokes, but I try my best not to present information that is just incorrect, right? Oopsie.
Let me start off by saying that YouTube can be a very, very profitable platform if you play your cards right. There are respectable ways to bring voices into Facecam. Things remained this way for a while, with a very consistent formula for the way information was spread. Generally, the big two would release some breaking drama, which would then trickle down to the commentary creators, which would then trickle down to the Facecam commentary creators, who generally put a bit more time into their editing and scripts. There were definitely many moments in which
so I've worked for commentary creators behind the scenes. Majority of them don't write scripts. Very few do. The ones who do, kind of, I would hope, run their shit a little bit tighter. But some of these guys are really horrible on the back end. They're just like lucky and just are running off of the serendipity of their own energy.
As fact, but generally narratives remained pretty consistent. However, this entire ecosystem changed in 2020 when the world locked down, and everyone suddenly had quite a lot of free time. This led to lots of people trying their hand at making YouTube videos. Many people attempted, and well, many succeeded, with there being almost a baby boom of content creators who hit it big during lockdown.
Yeah, the 2020 was a great year for the business. I can't disagree with that. That's a reasonable point, but it's like barely a point.
And many of these people continue to create videos to this day. Now, this may seem like a good thing, right? New YouTubers means new and unique talent. Tons of unique people who can
I mean, it's like you're thinking about it like Hollywood, like it's talent, right? But like making content on YouTube is not like being talent in Hollywood. I don't think like it requires a lot of talent to be a YouTuber, personally. I think being a YouTuber is really easy. As somebody who went back into the workforce as a real person, yeah, YouTube was the easiest job in my entire life. It is not something that requires talent or skill or really that much effort. You can get a lot done without doing very much.
had a unique perspective, ideas, and content style that sticks out from the rest, right?
It was a content bubble, lol, that it was asses in the seat. Yeah, and that was indicative of the ad rev. Like I don't make as much now as I did in 2020. I think my best year was 2019.
Right? Well, sure. Some people fit this criteria. However, many creators have fallen to create commentary slop.
And it doesn't take some galaxy brain genius.
Man with 300 million subscribers, he's got a burger business.
See, Tom's back end is very good. He has a very good research back end. To say that Tom doesn't put in good research is ridiculous because he makes sure that he gets the information right because he doesn't want to put out false information. Okay, that's a presentation that's been built up in commentary to get information right. Because even though these stories are stupid and pointless, getting them right is very important. Because if you don't get them right in drama, motherfuckers won't get them right where it actually fucking matters. Okay?
A chocolate bar company.
Yeah, I think we might actually have the first YouTube scholar on our hands here.
Commentary slop can best be described as lazy, derivative, low-effort, frequently uploaded content that covers modern events and incidents. Like the old Leafy is here in Pyrocynical videos, these videos often feature video game footage with minimal editing when needed. These sorts of videos are often hard to tell apart from each other, or from the rest, as generally—
There are definitely guys who don't really present much. I will say that. That definitely exists. But again, like I said, the crux of this is, are they presenting the information incorrectly or not?
The only unique aspect about them is the voice of the creator, as the actual content is very, very cookie cutter. Another genre of commentary slop is stream clips, which are often even lazier than the videos mentioned prior. These stream clip videos—
Yeah, being a streamer is really easy. Yeah, it's easy. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, fuck it. I'm not going to say that it's not.
Those generally consist of a content creator who has already grown a sizable audience on their main channel, where they put a lot of effort into their content.
Yeah, they put a lot of effort into their content, but it's very exhausting to do that, right? Xander Hall. I wouldn't call Xander Hall commentary, buddy. All right, we're a little bit of lack of understanding here, my friend. All right, but yeah. So the main channel, because we need people to do research and to help produce these big documentaries, we need to start a second channel, right? In order to fund those important aspects of the business. Okay? Bro's talking like he isn't one of a million fucking video essays. Yeah, I mean... I told you stream clips is slop. I can't disagree. Right? But it's like the slop funds the main channel. That's just how it works. I became a streamer because, you know, doing main channel videos is really stressful. It's really fucking stressful. And I would do everything on my own, and it would take weeks upon weeks. And I burnt out, and I just hated myself, and I hated the work I was doing. It was miserable.
Which has led them to grow a loyal fan base, who will just kind of watch anything that they do.
Yeah, because they watch a commentary creator for their like personal tastes and opinions. Like, people often call me down to earth, right? I don't really think I am. I think I'm fucking nuts. But, like, that's why people come by and they watch me. Because they resonate with the opinion and values that I exude in my main channel videos. It's just an extension of that thing.
It's them to live stream on either Twitch or YouTube. Those streams, who are often multiple hours in length, then get chopped up into different segments per topic, given minimal editing, and then shipped out as a fresh new video. Oftentimes, these videos are just reaction videos in disguise, as generally—
I mean, yeah. Yeah, but it's like some people miss the stream and they don't want to watch a VOD. It's just providing a different way for you to watch content.
Creator kind of
like I'm still giving my opinion. It's not me just sitting here going, right? Like if I was doing that, that would be a problem, and I wouldn't be cool with something like that. But like I'm pausing and I'm explaining my thoughts and opinions on the things that you're saying, because you're almost seemingly deliberately misinterpreting those things. Now, are there people who sit there and just go, yeah, but that's not everybody. And the problem is when you put just like with Andy, right? When you paint with a broad brush, you better bring the information to back it up.
Just watches the video, pauses the video every 10 seconds, spat out some opinion related to what they're watching, or hell, just go on some completely unrelated rant spurred on by someone donating or a popular message in their chat.
And I mean, yeah, that's the experience of watching a streamer is like, you know, sometimes I go on tangents because I'm interacting with my chat, and some people miss out on those things, but they still enjoy the rants and the opinions that are brought up in that, and it's fun. Right? Like it's a reoccurring gag for me to talk about Too Mad, or me to talk about MGS, or the watermelon, or my gooning habits. Like that's like the streamer viewer dynamic.
These videos to be almost impossible to watch as they're so long and
we do enjoy our opinionated hot men.
Thank you, Red Kitten. Okay, so theoretically, the way you'd want to stream highlight edited is by topic. So that way people can go, I'm interested in this thing. Let me click on it. And then they get a little bit out of it. And then they go, that entertained me. Like I watch Germa clips, or like earlier in the stream, I was talking about how I watched Northern Lion clips. Those are literally clips about nothing. Okay? I just like fucking watching them because they're like a fucking Zoomer Jerry Seinfeld.
Actually have an exact example that I'd like to use. On June 25th, 2024, I released a video about the word unalive and the absurdity of self-censorship. Since
I do think self-censorship is an issue, but I don't think self-censorship is brought on by the self, right? So the way that these sites work is that you can't tell people not to say something, but you can introduce ways to control how people speak by how you dictate and develop your platform, right? That's the problem. The problem is not that people are saying unalive, it's that YouTube doesn't want people to say that they killed themselves.
We still at 0 streams without Too Mad mentioned.
Shout out to Too Mad. Oh wait, he's not up there.
He thrives on this platform. The video did really well, and was seen by tons and tons of YouTubers, including the one and only Pyrocynical. For those unfamiliar, Pyro is a YouTuber who's been actively making videos for a long time, with him originally making Leafy is Here gameplay.
Yeah, it's like the YouTubers and creators using words like unalive, or like words that are self-censoring for algorithms. The people that made those algorithms deliberately made those algorithms with the intention of rooting those words out of it because of opinions and ideas they have about words like that. The problem is the companies. We should be able to say things like that. I agree. We shouldn't have to self-censor. But the way that the systems have been developed put people in that position. And it's a difference, and the difference between being demonetized and monetized is humongous.
Commentary style videos, but eventually switched to a more varied content style, featuring both reviews, video essays, and general comedic videos, looking at and riffing off topical subject matter. This show was called A Series of Tubes and was very popular in the late 2010s. All of his videos were pretty well edited and, well, also very entertaining. However, this main channel ended up becoming more and more focused on high-effort video essays.
Yeah, that's something that ends up happening with a lot of creators, right? You keep pushing yourself and improving. Okay, well, I like creating very frequently, so I spend time working on my big projects and then time working on, you know, something simple, like how I do streaming. It's so that way you can create in an ecosystem that's beneficial to your own mental health, right? It's about doing it in a way that's optimal for your own personal sanity. Like, I'm not going to just slave away over a YouTube video and then bet my house on it. Like, that's like I could make a lot of money with a really good video essay, or I could not pay the rent, right? So it's like you need a way to make your business more sustainable, to make yourself from falling off, basically.
So the commentaries were moved to the livestream channel, which is where most of his content is uploaded today. This content style now includes footage from either a stream clip or an individually recorded video with minimal editing.
You'll see why he hates commentary. It's really dumb. Yeah, but even like aside from that, his arguments just speak to me as somebody who's not done this as a full-time. Right? Like if you do this as a full-time, you'd understand why these creators are doing this. It's really easy to figure out why. Especially if you've done this for a while. Like I've done this for a really long time. Like I said, you know, like a Tozy, I've known since I was like 13, 14. Quite, I've known since I was like 16. And it's like, I'm sure this guy's been around for quite some time. But like, okay, 4 years ago, he wasn't like getting outrageous views on his content. And he started doing, you know, iceberg videos, and that shit started to pop off 3 years ago, right? So he's pretty new to the game.
About current subject matters. This content strategy is basically what has won YouTube in recent times. However, my personal experience comes in when Pyro made a reaction video to my Unalive video, titled TikTok is Changing Our Language. This is an hour 38-minute stream clip of him watching my video, which is only 40 minutes long for context. Now, when I was alerted of this, I was beyond excited, and I sat down with my friends to see what he would say about my video. And just to be clear, to preface my criticism, I don't want to come off as criticizing these creators as people, or their character in the slightest.
Wait, so he's just doing this video because he got, like, React Andy'd? That's it? I mean, I get it, and I'm doing it now. I personally have found that, okay, I make my main channel videos with the intention of other YouTubers reacting to them. It's part of my marketing strategy. It is a deliberate strategy to have people react to my content. It has worked well for me. I don't know if it would work well for you, but it's worked well for me, and it's developed more connections for me and been great for business for me.
Critique of the content that they produce. That being said, this video was very hard to watch. Not in a way that it made me cringe or misrepresented myself, but hard to watch because there was so much rambling, so many distractions.
Yeah, because he's adding it's a transformative nature to it. That's why I keep pausing, because I have things to say, because you say things that like I need to give an opinion on, things that I'm passionate about or understand. That's the point.
And so little focus placed on the actual subject matter at hand, which again, his video is nearly an entire.
Like how much focus did you want him to put on a conversation, right? Because I've talked about the unaliving part. It's like a 10-minute conversation.
Hour longer than the video.
Isn't this just a Dark Viper
However,
video
most
without
of
the
this
math
hour
behind
is
it?
just filled up with unrelated
Dude, this is a Dark Viper video without the autism.
things, which is again why it's hard to watch. It was hard to follow. It was difficult. This sort of content
was
is
it?
one of the more common types of slop that we see. Long YouTube videos.
Oh, bro was just annoyed that he got. Bro, pause Andy, pyrocynical, pause Andy, pyrocynical.
Kind of sitting there and watching someone else's video, pausing every 10 to 15 seconds, commenting on something, and then continuing. However, as a creator, it's not actually a bad thing to have a big YouTuber make some slop reaction videos to your content.
I know,
YouTubers
it's
like
not.
Tov completely had their careers launched by Moist Critical, having their videos be watched on stream.
It's part of the marketing strategy, dude. I make my videos with that intention. So that happens.
Which is something that I would personally welcome with open arms. However, a lot of the time, these videos are almost always presented as if they aren't just glorified reaction videos with vague and interesting titles, and also really good thumbnails.
Yeah, okay. It's like as the attention market space becomes more competitive, people move to become more competitive.
Thumbnails.
Like the ability of making like thumbnail creation has improved and gotten so good. There's a science to making a good thumbnail. Okay, there's a reason. I know we hate Mr. Beast now or whatever the fuck. I'm not pro or anti, but it's just like there's a reason he gets like 30 people to make a thumbnail.
Time, making them seem like much more than they actually are. However, stream clip re-uploads aren't the only type of digital junk food consumed by the masses. One of the most successful genres are commentary drama channels. To make a brief distinction, there's a difference between commentary channels like Scott Kramer, Eddie Burback, or Danny Gonzalez.
Dude, those are white boy Vine TikToks for basic people who like fucking The Office, bro.
Creators like this are often regarded as commentary channels, but a different
they're not.
commentary from what we're discussing today.
This like commentary, so drama commentary. I'd argue I make drama content, right? And commentary is like the overarching genre, and then there's like commentary drama, and then to the left of us is the T community, to the right of us is sector. And I'd say we're pretty like center, maybe center right. I'd consider myself center left. Right, but there's like an aspect of that to it because we have some overlap with Twitch poll in this community.
It's a bit confusing, but, you know, just stick with me. Drama commentary channels often upload on a near daily basis, covering the topical news in online culture. They almost never cover anything other than controversy and scandal, though, since
it's the internet. It's nothing but controversy and scandal to cover. It's endless. Dude, I talked about the fucking Costco guys for like an hour today.
Audiences don't seem to care for stories regarding anything positive, right? Since mass audiences don't seem to care for stories regarding anything positive, right? These channels are often in a mad dash to be the first to cover something topical.
Yeah, because that's how the news cycle works. That's just like being a mainstream journo, dude.
Whether or not their information is correct, and also whether or not there's actually any additional information, they'll still cover the same topic over and over and over.
The thing is that like those videos are made in response to like dog packs coverage.
And over and over and over again until they can no longer profit from it, leaving.
Dude, all the scandal and drama on YouTube has made me a more calm person. I don't get mad like I used to. I used to get really passionate. I don't know if it's like depression. I don't think it's depression, but I just don't. I'm at peace. Namaste, bro.
Them to switch up to the most hot topic. These channels come in all shapes and sizes, with legacy YouTubers like Moist Critical and some ordinary gamers being at the top of the quality food chain. Beneath them, creators
top of the quality food chain, bro.
From the 2020s baby boom reign supreme, often being young men.
I mean, Cheeto ain't even doing that hot these days, man. I think he's like doing okay for his size, you know.
Pretty deep understanding of current internet culture. These videos are often minimally edited, with video game gameplay serving as the majority of their visuals, with it sometimes switching to footage critical.
Like, I hope some of these, like, you know, 2020s commentary guys come up to make some like banger ass content. But like some of them aren't, and you know, that's just how it goes, you know, like you have a career and then you leave it. Like that's it.
The narrative, or the creator's avatar or profile picture. Oftentimes, these videos follow a very, very loose script, and in some cases, no script at all.
Yeah, but like the thing is you were mentioning like the older time of commentary, and I was around for the older time of commentary. I was friends with I'm Alex. And like all those other fuckers you mentioned. They are unscripted. Everything was unscripted. Things didn't start getting scripted until like 2020. Okay? Nothing was scripted before, and even some of those motherfuckers don't script.
Creator just kind of recapping someone else's video on the topic at hand, while giving it sparse personal opinions and commentary. Oftentimes, these personal opinions shared by the creators are the most.
This honestly feels like this dude is on a high horse because he doesn't like that he puts more effort into his content. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of it. I'd hope it's not as base as that. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt that it's like better. I think commentary is about to be in a slump because they predated on God, I'm so tired. Predated the environment. Now the remaining drama guys rarely that much less cringe than who they're covering. Yeah, I mean, like the Bo Black stuff kind of it ran out of energy for me. Like I don't really care. Like I have there's a reason I covered the fucking like I said the Costco guys today because I just don't fucking care. You know, and I understand like people kind of like the lolcow pack watching, and that's fine, right? But you just gotta not be like fucking psychotic. That's really it. I think lyrics can very easily swerve into that being cringe territory because he's just that kind of guy, and he's kind of cringe.
Safe, middle-of-the-road opinions that one could have is to not piss too many people off. As of the time of writing this, the hot news for the past 2 months has been on Mr. Beast and the many allegations thrown initially against his crew member and longtime friend Ava Chris Tyson, and later direct allegations of neglect, faking videos, workplace abuse, among many, many other allegations.
Yeah, that's a huge story in terms of YouTube, but I mean, it's really I think a lot of it is getting kind of overdone now. There's not much to go on. I know Mr. Beast is working on a response video, but I think, you know, until he does that, it's kind of hard to cover. For the guys who do cover the regular updates, I mean, sure, that's fine. Some people are really invested in that story. But in news, we call people who cover a certain story, that's their beat, right? So we all have beats that we cover, right? Now, Tyler is in the chat. Tyler would consider himself a bit of a political Andy over there, right? But he covers some drama too, right? But I'd say if Tyler is considered commentary, then Tyler would be covering politics. That's his beat, right? My beat is very specific things as well, right? I've covered Illuminati, I've covered Tomb Mad, and I covered a lot of those things pretty extensively, right? Like we all have different beats and things that we follow, and we become experts in that subject specifically, so we can have high-level discussions about it. And some of it isn't high level, but some of it is good, right? That's just how it goes, right? The Bo Blacks thing is like a insular drama, which some of it has been interesting and entertaining. I'll even admit that, right? Seeing Bo Blacks try to argue with tipsters, an interesting development if you're interested in the Bo Blacks story. And a lot of people actually cared about Bo Black, so it's quite a lot for him to fall off the way he has. I was talking with a YouTuber, a couple million subs, and I've talked to a few other people at like conventions, and they've mentioned Bo Blacks as like he does important content even though I don't want to interact, because people are afraid of commentary, right? But they argue he would do important content because it's archival, and that stuff didn't get archived.
Most of which alleged by YouTuber Dogpack404. Upon all of this news breaking, these drama channels raced to their computers to bang out as many Mr. Beast cancellation videos as humanly possible.
A lot of it was based on allegations made by evidence publicly presented by involved parties. I don't think everybody has been that, but there's been a lot that it was. That's the thing.
And it absolutely worked. A fantastic example of this drama slot machine in full work is a YouTuber by the name of More Pegasus, which is a second channel to the already immensely successful Pegasus. Not the good Pegasus, that Pegasus.
Oh god, he's a brony? No. Oh no, dude. Oh no. When you make an argue, like commentary guys are like debate bro guys. You gotta be real tight about your video, or you're gonna get fucked on the stupid shit. That's gonna get you fucked on the stupid shit. I would have never included that, right? If I were to coach this guy on making a commentary exposed video, I would say cut that.
This person has uploaded over 13 videos that all roughly have the same thumbnail.
That's insane.
Title, editing style, and are all just kind of the same thing. These videos got insane numbers, so obviously he continued to make more and more of these, and has likely made tens of thousands of dollars from these videos alone. Pegasus claims that he's not milking the situation, rather, he was just covering every new situation as it arose,
I'm listening
and
to
that
him.
he's just operating as any news station would, making frequent uploads. However, a lot of said updates on the stories were by no means worth making an incredibly long video on a topic that could have been like 5
Whoa. Well, like, he's covering, like, the cease and desist,
the stories
right?
were by no
so
means
it's like...
would, making frequent uploads.
That's like a
however, a
screen recording,
lot of said updates on the stories
video,
were by no means
right? But the cease and desist was interesting new information.
Worth making an incredibly long video on a topic that could have been like 5 minutes long, and 5 minutes is stretching it in a lot of cases. People have caught on to this guy, and have given him a lot of criticism for milking this drama, but he continued to defend his content and claim that it's not slop, which like...
Well, like, is it slop, or like, I mean, it's like, how much do you need to make an update on a video? I feel like I need kind of a lot. I mean, I cover a lot in a stream now, like...
Whatever, man. If I were in the same spot and I wasn't so...
Pegasus has omitted information in his coverage of Mr. Beast, though. Nick called that out. Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. I've seen some really bad coverage on the Mr. Beast stuff from people I like.
So pretentious about the videos I produce, I'd be doing the exact same thing, and I think the majority of the people would in this situation.
Dude, you know he's like a soft boy who, like... I'm sorry, this is gonna be like a really low blow. Right? But, like... Dude, bro has got the Valorant E-boy phenotype, bro. Bro. Dude, you know he's just mad soft with women to get them in bed, bro.
Situation. It's more about just kind of admitting that you're milking something. It's fine, you know? Get that bag. It's job, it's money, it's your work. But I will never buy him saying that it's not being milked. However, Pegasus is nowhere near the only person doing this. YouTubers like Turkey Tom, Cheeto, Sensitive Society, Jamari,
Oh, it's not a Cheeto, it's Sensitive Society. Yeah, it's Oscar. Whoopsie.
WestJet, Oompaville, and many, many, many others will take a fresh controversy.
Dude, Oompaville is like high tier commentary, dude. That's insane for you to make an Oompaville shot.
Make multiple videos, always over 8 minutes long or more, of course, so they can make more profit from it.
Yeah, no shit. That's like, why wouldn't you? You get more money on a 30-minute video than you do on an 8-minute one. Like, come on.
Make a new video every time there's a new piece of information on the drama, no matter how small this new detail may be. You'd think that people wouldn't really watch this kind of content, since many of these people are just kind of saying the same thing as everybody else over.
I definitely say things a lot different than some other content creators. Some of these commentary guys got wild opinions, and I think it's just that these motherfuckers don't get laid. Okay, they're all like weirdly like skinny guys who like video games, who sit inside all day. Okay, like of course I don't agree with everything because they have like weird like closeted opinions. I just don't fuck with that.
Over again, but no.
But like I'm confident enough to say it, and I also try not to make like a big deal about it. It's not my branding to be like different. I just am.
This kind of content is really, really successful, which is why there's truly so much of it. My best guess as to why it's so popular is that the majority of the audience is on the younger side.
Yeah, we're really past getting mad at creators for getting their paychecks. Yeah, that's like such a that's an early to mid 2000s complaint. Like I just like if you care, like just I don't get a fucking job. I don't know what to say. Like it. His interviews are weak, and he gives very lukewarm takes with the whole "what do I know" demeanor. A lot of the big commentary guys are afraid of really biting interviews, and I like doing interviews and debates, which I think is why they don't happen very often. But I like doing them, so it really kills me that some of these big guys don't use their platform to ask insane questions, which they should.
For their standards for the videos that they consume to be lower. What's clear is that genuine factual information is pretty hard to find in this genre, but oftentimes it's forgiven since the videos are usually just a guy talking about things that he heard someone else say. But what about when the creator presents their viewpoints and opinions as gospel? Enter Moon. Video essays are a fantastic example of a genre that's been taken over by slop content. YouTubers like SunnyV2 and his brain-melting editing style have become the meta, and it
brain-melting editing style? What? SunnyV2's editing is phenomenal. I mean, he's not editing it. There's clearly an editor, right? But, dude, that After Effects motion graphics work is done professional, okay? Like, you could get a job at a company with that.
Since it appeals to as wide an audience as possible. Many of these bad video essays provide nothing more than the creator's one-sided agenda, misrepresentation of information, zero nuance.
Literally what you're doing. You have an agenda, right? So, by the way, the whole like, oh, no bias news. Dude, all news is bias, first of all. Okay? Everybody has an angle, okay? You learned that year 1 in journalism school, okay? Like, I don't know about the misrepresentation part. You shouldn't be misrepresenting anything. And the zero nuance, you're representing things with zero nuance. Like,
and of course, rampant plagiarism.
Oh my god, dude. Dude, H-Bomber guy and his consequences, bro. Holy shit. Dude, the plagiarism thing, it's like a sliding scale of if I should give a fuck. I've had YouTubers plagiarize my content before. I just go, whatever. Can't do anything about it. It's happened a couple times. Especially with some of the big stories I've covered. You just kind of...
And theft of ideas. A channel on YouTube...
Theft of ideas, bro. Come on. Come on, theft of ideas.
That does all of this and more is the one and only Moon. Moon is a YouTuber who started uploading video essay documentary style videos at the very beginning of 2021. These videos were very well produced.
Dude, the plagiarism argument, like, okay, if you like take a video like whole part, I have a problem with it for me. And it's happened to me, right? Where they just repeat the information I leak without sourcing me, right? But if they source me, I don't give a fuck. And even if they only take a part of it, I don't give a fuck. Because once the information is public, it's public. I know that the internet is entropy, and sometimes things get to people without them knowing it came from me.
Entertaining, and provided a somewhat unique viewpoint that we hadn't really seen before. Moon was vehemently anti-TikTok.
Would this be considered the left-wing grift? I mean, I don't know. It's like BreadTube content, right? So, like, I don't know. BreadTube is really passionate about plagiarism. And I get it in some respects, and then in other respects, I just can't muster up the frustration about it. And even as somebody that has happened to, you know, I just maintain like the position that the internet is a place of freedom, and I produce information, and if you get the information and you use it, that's really what I want at the end of the day. I care more about the story than I do about me getting the recognition for it.
Talk and anti-China. His content, despite being of decent quality, wasn't very nuanced and often just.
I mean, anti-China ain't that bad, I guess, right? Like TikTok is definitely a thought weapon. Like, foreign powers definitely use the internet to induce propaganda, like warfare.
Story, or at least only focus on the negative, since that's what makes you the money here on YouTube. Moon's videos started to become more and more biased, with him stating his opinion as fact a lot of the time, while also starting to
stating an opinion as fact. I mean, when you state your opinion confidently, it can sound like you state it as fact.
More right politically. Moon started to expand his team quite a lot, which seemed to have pretty frequent turnover, since he was asking for new employees on a near monthly basis.
No, well, it's like a contract worker. Some people you don't renew the contract with. Like, bro, I like you let some people go, you bring some people in. That's what contract work is. You float between employers, get in a bag, developing your resume.
This led to the majority of his videos to be
like, is there allegations of like employee abuse or something
by different people, and clearly there wasn't too much quality checking or
So what's the left to right on BreadTube, tea, and drama? So BreadTube is left-wing video essays, right? There's not really a right-wing video essays, maybe a little bit from commentary. But I think BreadTube is more like an offshoot of Twitch poll or like political tube, right? It's more like a subsection of a genre. Just like this commentary, and then there's drama commentary, and then tea commentary. BreadTube is like the video essayist equivalent of like left-wing YouTuber content.
Cross-referencing, leading to videos being essentially stolen and then given a Moon skin, while also removing any...
And a lot of this just comes from, like, I don't know, 4chan or something awful, where it's like, you know, this like lefty poll on 4chan, or like something awful where people like Zoe Quinn and shit came from. BreadTube is just the enemies we made along the way.
Nuance that the original video possessed.
There was once upon a time when they would only close a community if it brought unwanted media scrutiny and bad PR to the whole website.
There was actually a time when they would only close a community if it brought unwanted media scrutiny and bad PR to the whole website.
Essentially, the process was, a video hits it big and is garnering a lot of discussion and views. Moon sees this video and gets his writers to essentially make the same video, but change it up a little bit. 10 days later, he shits out this Frankenstein's monster video while not crediting or even mentioning the original video that it was inspired by, and then profits. Initially, the plagiarism was very, very clear and direct, with Jack Saint's Wonka video being a fantastic example.
Oh my god. Oh my god, it always comes back to the politics, dude. Like, I
Oh no, guys. A second BreadTuber has hit that video essay.
With the title and thumbnails being so incredibly similar.
I literally did not know who Moon was until, like, I heard about his previous controversy with the Lily Animations woman or whatever the fuck.
There are many others that you can turn to, but I believe I myself am a victim to this lazy grifter.
So you made an entire video on commentary because you don't like Moon? Dude, just make a video on Moon. Why the fuck are you swinging wide, dude?
With one of my biggest and best videos, The Tragedy of Gen Alpha, being a video that makes the overall point that to fully say that the entire generation...
I don't think most commentary YouTubers are right-wing. They're just less concerned with SJW talking points, so breadtubers just call them right-wing. Yeah, I mean, there are some guys that are right-wing, because I'll have conversations behind the scenes. And there's some guys that people are constantly calling right-wing that are left-wing, because I've had political conversations with them. You know, and and I'm open about it because we talk about politics a bunch on this channel, so I'm not going to argue that I don't, you know, have like a political leaning. I don't think it really impacts a lot of my coverage, but that's also why I try not to cover breadtubers or cover somebody like Hassan, or talk about Destiny too much. I mean, I'll say that I think Destiny is more interesting than Hassan, and I think Hassan is a worse grifter. And I think Destiny knows how to actually have decent conversations. But I wouldn't say it in a story. But yeah, I actually would say commentary is actually political in some respects, because we do a lot of flirting with the Twitch poll type crowd, right?
It's doomed because of Skibbity Toilet and stuff like that is bad.
Which by the way, fucking Westside Tyler in chat, bro, I can't watch your fucking streaming in fucking morning, dude.
Faith, and kind of harmful to do, because despite Gen Alpha facing real struggle that does kind of put them in a worse spot than the people before them, we shouldn't be spouting hate towards them, and rather we should be trying to help them. That's a very, very abridged version, and if you're curious, I highly recommend that you watch the original video. But the point is, I brought up a viewpoint that hadn't really been expressed yet, and, you know, did really—
I'm sorry, hold on, let me run that back. I kind of spaced out. I stream in the mid-afternoon, that's when I work, Tyler.
Them. That's a very, very abridged version of Lazy Grifter. With one of my biggest and best videos, The Tragedy of Gen Alpha, being a video that makes the overall point that to fully say that the entire generation is doomed because of Skibbity Toilet and stuff like that is bad faith, and kind of harmful to—
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with that.
Because despite Gen Alpha facing real struggle that does kind of put them in a worse spot than the people before them, we shouldn't be spouting hate towards them, and rather we should be trying to help them. That's a very, very abridged version, and if you're curious, I highly recommend that you watch the original video. But the point is, I brought up a viewpoint that hadn't really been expressed yet, and—
That viewpoint has definitely been expressed before, buddy. There's no such thing as an original opinion. Humans are not that varied. I think the next generation is going to be all right. I think they're going to figure it out. I think we're going to be all right too. Okay? I know things seem crazy, but I think we're going to be all right.
You know, did really well for it. So you know what Moon did? 2 weeks after my video released, Moon drops The Dark Reality of Generation Alpha, where Moon talks about Gen Alpha and makes very, very similar points in a very, very similar order as to what I did. And because nuance is a foreign concept on the Moon channel, he completely removed any of the positivity and hope that my video had, while still including some of my talking points that were leading to the positivity and hope. Moon has over 4 full-length videos talking about Gen Alpha, but they're all basically the exact same thing, whining about how kids are doomed and all of the bad evils in the world that are making them doomed, while not providing anything new to the conversation and just spreading fear. He gives no solutions, doesn't try to help. There's truly nothing other than negativity, which is—
I mean, I like how you sell information to people is like, I mean, whatever. I mean, sure, you can include that or not, but the act of making a video essay on the plights that Gen Alpha will have is not inherently wrong. I mean, an individual can discern their own opinion from it. I would hope that negativity and have walking away from it with a negative opinion isn't the idea you get, but that's kind of like up to the viewer.
It's one of the main points against this man. He fearmongers like no one else, only provides one side of the argument.
Easy solution, have positive interactions and hang out with your kids. Crazy hot take. I know.
And despite all of that, he treats his word as gospel, literally referring to himself in terms of the Matrix. He has all of this pseudo-intellectualism, and he doesn't even pronounce the words from 1984.
What do you mean, bro? You're doing pseudo-intellectualism right here.
Oceania.
And Oceania.
Oceania.
Speaking of Hassan, we did the math on his Zin habit today. He has a tower of roughly 105 days worth of Zin behind him on stream.
Has Oceania.
Oceania. Oceania. Not Oceania. I don't know how you could miss this. Are you deaf as well as stupid?
Like, come on. If you're gonna say everything in the modern world is literally 1984, maybe read the goddamn book and do more than just reference the movie. Moon is also a massive hypocrite, complaining about how short attention span editing and content is making people dumber and less independent thinkers, while his editing is super overdone, fast-paced, flashy, and his content doesn't encourage independent thought at all, since he represents everything that isn't his argument as fault.
Okay, so because the editing... Dude, that is a really shallow criticism of somebody. The editing thing is just always a really shallow criticism. I think that's a really bad talking point. I definitely think you could have scrapped that one. I think him taking your shit is a problem. And sure, I get that. And make a video on Moon. Moon's a sub, like a million sub YouTuber. You could get banger views on that.
Moon is truly one of the worst video essay slop channels, but for some reason, he dodges a lot of criticism, with the prior mentioned Sunny V2 receiving most of the hate. They both suck, but Moon sucks so much worse.
He sucks so much worse because he took from you. Because this is personal. I don't know who Moon is. He kind of seems like soy. But like, dude.
However, the main thing to learn from Moon is that you truly do not need to have good, insightful content to capture the masses. You need to rile them up emotionally and leave them drooling at the mouth with super visually stimulating editing.
Dude, why is it? This guy is a doomer, dude. He's so fucking annoying. God, dude. God, fuck.
They're more like,
I'm just a silly little guy. I'm here to have a good time and jork it, bro.
To stick around, and if you make people angry, they're more likely to stick around as well. And if you get a bunch of scared and angry people and then represent yourself as some sort of modern day philosopher, that's the perfect concoction for making disgusting amounts of money on this platform. If you couldn't tell, I really don't like this clown, and I want to make a full-length video on him, going into all of his manipulation tactics, hypocrisy, and of course, plagiarism. If you want to see
who the fuck are any of those
going into
people?
all of his manipulation tactics,
I don't know who any of those people are. What is that? Peanut Butter Gamers like homunculus? Hold on. I need to run to the bathroom real quick because we've been at this for quite some time. Hold on. Fucking Spotify needs to reinstall apparently.
I need to go.
Wash your hands. I did wash my hands better. I'll try my best. All right, now I'll be right back.
What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now. Because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. Our brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves. Never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves. We won't let the world burn away. Burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it through the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake it through the back of the pack, kill it anyway. You think you've got my number figured out? A motive born in drought and brevity. And if I'm not the soul of your design, I blatantly decline your remedy. Don't box me in, don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine. I wasn't always just a single shade, a palette full of gray in reverie. And I can burn it brighter than the sun. I have a golden gun inside of me. Don't box me in, don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else. And if I fall behind, ignoring all the signs, and if I lose the fight, I still rage against the I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine. It's plain and simple, dear. I'll still be here when you're gone. You gather
I needed the shit.
souvenirs.
I'm okay. I needed the shit, chat. I just needed the shit. Everybody's like, I died. I'm sorry. Sometimes streamers need a poop. I did wash my hands. I did wash my hands. Oh my god. I washed my hands with soap and water. Did you wipe? Yes. God, chat. God, what am I, a toddler? Potty training me? Everybody poops. We all read the book.
Hypocrisy, and of course, plagiarism. If you want to see that video, let me know in the comments.
Liar. Fuck off, Chris. Fuck off.
And like this video while you're at it, since I need to make sure people actually really want to see this before I risk my own standing as a creator to make it. Regardless.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Where was this? Why is this photo familiar? Dude, oh my god, this guy was at the Gamer from Mars fucking YouTuber breakfast. With the fucking I'm gonna shamelessly plug. Did you see the interview I did with the guy who exposed AndyPants a month before the TMCA? No, I didn't. Yeah, no, dude. This was like this was at VidCon, dude. Look, Vince Vintage is there. You can see Turkey Tom, Jabroni next to Mudahar. Gamer from Mars is right there, standing next to Wavy Web Surfed. That's JJ McCullough. He's like a political tuber, and he sometimes does commentary. He was on Destiny's podcast pretty recently. There's Bo Blacks. There's there's Frankie. He's like in, dude. He's like in. And he immediately there's Dojangles right there. Is that Justin Wang? That looks like Justin Wang. Dude.
What are you doing, dude?
Wait, is that too? Guys, I need the Gamer from Mars breakfast photo, and I need a Photoshop 2 man in it. Oh shit. And so this guy was in, like, this is a great networking event for YouTubers, right? He's a black man and sees 2 man, kind of racist. Fuck you, I didn't call. Chat said that's 2 man, not me. Right, but this guy, he was like in, like, this is a great position to put yourself in. You could have been networking and becoming friends with people, but then you turned around and targeted the people you ate with, dude. Like, why would you do that? Like, this is a business and you're in with our crowd. Don't do that. Like, if you're complaining about your success in a career, you know, rising tide raises all ships. You should be networking with people. That's an important aspect of the business. Don't be a sleazy, like, dick sucker, right? But, like, you can be, like, a natural, affable person and people want to hang out with you. But instead, you, like, just made, like, a fucking target on your back.
It should be clear to you now that slop takes up a lot of different forms here on YouTube. But unlike...
Like, why would he do that? That was really... That, you know how stupid this makes him? Okay, it is incredibly dumb for him to have done that. This entire video was a really bad decision. It was like he got angry that he instantly didn't blow up.
I don't want this to just be my perspective, so I reached out to some drama commentary YouTubers to see what they think about the slop allegations. But before we get into that, there's one more piece of slop that I really just want to mention. Another form of this slop content that I've seen a lot is cartoon channels that make these AI-generated kind of recaps of episodes and things that happen in them, and they always use the
Is
same
he about to
type of thumbnail.
advertise
That
his-
being this
What is
incredibly
this, dude? Why is this in
bland
here?
white background with a character and then some text next to it. I'm so incredibly sick of this, and I see it everywhere. And the worst part is that
This
it
is an
works.
ad?
These videos have a ton of views, and that pains me. It's painful to see this, honestly. And I'm personally someone who is very subject to injury, unfortunately.
Dude, this guy is, like, very handsome. Why would you do this? Commentary needed more hot guys anyway. This man looks like a pirate.
Which is why I'm actually very happy to have partnered with Morgan & Morgan, America's
Ain't
largest...
no fucking way. Oh my god. Why?
Which, honestly, videos have a ton of views, and that pains me. It's painful to see this, honestly. And I'm personally someone who is very subject to injury, unfortunately.
Are you fucking... That was his segue into the ad? Wild, dude. What the fuck? Why didn't you just put in the ad? Why weren't you just like, and now a word from our sponsor? Well, yap. Done. Why do you try to wrap it into the overall narrative? Just get it out of the way.
Which is why I'm actually very happy to have partnered with Morgan & Morgan, America's...
Morgan & Morgan reached out to me too, but I'm not producing content on the main channel right now, so they wouldn't take me anyway. But they reached out for me to run an ad with them. They're doing like a huge ad. I guess the Zoomers haven't bought insurance.
Largest injury law firm. Here's the thing. When you're seriously hurt, your injury could be worth millions. But if you become their client. Because let's just say...
Morgan.
So I'm here with the one and only
Oh yeah, of course Oscar would sit down to talk to you.
Sensitive society to get his opinion.
Dude, you fucking you like had a career with like commentary YouTubers. You just like blew a hole in their back, you fucking psycho. You fucking idiot.
On everything that's being talked about.
Hi, thanks for having me. Appreciate you.
What is it like to make drama commentary? What is the creative process?
Let's see what kind of questions he asks here, because I feel like he's gonna try and gotcha him.
And the research and all those sort of things.
Truth be told, to get a little backstory, the reason why I have a channel in the first place is because I really like the idea of just a random guy saying whatever's on his mind. I'm just an everyday guy who sees something and he's interested in the topic, whatever it is, whether it's something serious or goofy like we're seeing with KSI and Lunchly and everyone treating it like...
Oh, he used the... Dude, how could you just do AI transcription here, man? You didn't even change it from the basic font in Adobe Premiere. I know you did it because I do it.
Like it's World War III, and I think it's hilarious. It's not that serious.
No, it really ain't that deep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm wondering also, what is the...
Well, it seems like you would kind of be annoyed with the Lunchly coverage. So why didn't he... If he's so passionate about this, why didn't he press on that? Right? Because you would have... Like, he could have pressed on Oscar about that. So why are you covering Mr. Beast so much? You don't think that's poisoning the well? It's a question you could ask.
The research process like for these videos?
Whatever situation's going down, I whether I see it on Twitter, Reddit, whatever, then I start looking into where it's coming from and trying to make sure I have the story as...
We need to cancel Willie. He has committed a war crime. The war crime of drinking a mid-alcohol. I like the Smirnoff Ice. There, I said it. I think I prefer some other vodka bottled drinks.
Accurate as possible. If it's something on Twitter, I just don't
see. That's another thing, right?
The headline and I grab my microphone and get to it.
Right.
Like I try to look into it.
So he could have pressed on this too.
Story as accurate as possible. If it's something
like why, if he's passionate, why is he softballing Oscar right now? Shouldn't he be hardballing Oscar?
And trying to make sure I have the story as accurate as possible. If it's something on Twitter, I just don't read the headline and I grab...
Oh, he said I just don't read the headline. Dude, the AI subtitles need to be fucking updated. You fucked them up, dude.
My microphone and get to it.
Right.
Like I try to look into it.
Yeah, I don't just read the headline. That's what he said.
For other tweets, similar tweets, and then, Google that and then see if there's articles written about it. Just trying to cover everything, and there's always two sides to a story.
How do you feel about the slop?
No, his name's Pablo.
Does it hurt your feelings, or are you just kind of like, it's a job, or I don't know. What's your input?
Really doesn't hurt my feelings, to be honest. I do think, I don't want to sound like the nerd emoji here, but and be like technically guys, but I do think there's definitely some channels out there that are like the definition of flop, and I know that's rage coming from me, but I don't know, I think
no, there are definitely ones that are worse than them.
There's a difference, and between, I guess, channels like Pyro or me or Critical or, you know, whoever else, and then there's like an other subgenre of channels that is no different than the brain rot channels that they, you know, talk about.
How much time does it generally take to make a sensitive society video?
So nowadays, because they're longer and I don't upload every day, it takes a little longer from start to finish, probably like 2 to 3 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's once I have the topic locked down, because I'm usually looking for...
Dude, I don't know if you really spend that long on a video. That's a long time. Did Blair delete her channel? What? It's a skibibdi toilet lo-fi. Oh my god, I can't type. No, it's still up.
PETA. What can
PETA? I know the project is basically defunct. Blair's not coming back to it. Holy shit, I've never seen somebody blow up a fucking career that bad. Holy shit. Oh my god, I love it.
For a hot minute.
Yeah, no,
so
that's
once I have
fair.
a topic locked down, then from start to finish, it probably like, yeah, between 2 to 3 hours.
Gotcha. Awesome. Well, I think that's all my questions. Thank you very much.
Dude, he interviewed him, says that sensitive society's content not good, and then softballed all the questions to him. What is with this guy? Why would you softball those questions? You're doing a hit piece. Just hit him. Why didn't he hit piece?
Yeah, of course, appreciate you, dude.
So, I now have the pleasure to talk to the one and only Cheeto.
Okay, now you've talked to sensitive society and a Cheeto. Please don't softball him.
Welcome.
What's up, man? Thanks for having me.
Of course, yeah. What is the creative process for kind of putting together one of your videos, and what's kind of the timeline of the creation of it?
Yeah, so what I used to do, and I try not to do this anymore, is I'll try to balance something that I am interested in talking about with something that people are interested in hearing about, whereas maybe, 2 years ago, it was more so just like, all right, what do people want to hear about? And I'll just make the video knowing that even if I don't really care about what I'm saying or what I'm talking about, that at least some people will.
Right.
And now I try to balance something that I find interesting and can talk about extemporaneously with something that I think people will genuinely be interested in.
That's a good word there, Cheeto. Good word. That's a college level vocabulary you got there, brother.
Right, because I could talk for hours about like YouTube itself, like the internal workings of it, because that's something that I'm super interested in, but no one wants to hear that, right? They're more interested in like, did Dream poop today or something like that, right? Like whatever the fucking flavor of the day drop.
See, because he's so passionate about like the slop, be like, why do you think people are interested in that the poop story? And why do you feel the need to fill that? Don't you think it's adding to the noise on the internet? You can ask a question like that. Be argumentative. Why is this guy so soft about it? Commit. Follow through. Punch him.
A slop is, right?
The poop story is a hypothetical.
At the same time, right, I don't really want to talk about the dream pooping stuff anymore. I want to talk about like, stuff I actually find interesting.
Is the dream pooping stuff real?
And just finding that balance, so that's sort of like my creative process, right?
So you've incentivized more so what you actually want to put out rather than just only what audiences want to see, essentially.
Yeah.
I also want to ask too, how do you feel about the label of slop?
Okay, so dude is like burying the lead as if he's doing like a counter argument against the slop allegations, but he's doing a slop video. Like, why is he doing this? Like,
that is often thrown around. Do you feel it's an accurate descriptor, or do you think it kind of, isn't exactly that?
Well, when people say it, I think a lot of people don't, they don't mean it to be rude or anything.
Yeah.
And so I never take it as, like, personal. Like, I never care if someone's like, oh, that's slop. Like, who gives a fuck, right? Do I think it's accurate? I think it depends, because I think every channel is different. But, overall, like, there are things that, I think that there's a list with boxes that you check, and the more boxes you check, the more, I guess, slop you can be considered. I think as time's passed, I've unchecked some of those boxes. Like, I've sort of made the goal to shift away from gameplay, which I think a lot of people use because it's easy. They can, like, basically maximize the time between when the headline drops and when their video comes out by using gameplay.
Yeah.
And I've tried to basically not have that pressure of, like, I have to be the first to a topic.
dude, are you fucking Dude, Cheeto is presenting himself very well right now. And I don't know why he hasn't pressed on anything yet. Like, the only thing this has done is shown that Cheeto and sensitive society have, like, morals and scruples. He's done nothing but present them in the best possible way. And he hasn't even tried to throw a hardball question.
I'm going to talk about things that are older or newer, depending if I want to. So I like try to do face cam and stuff now. But I mean, overall, am I like still a slop channel? Do I still talk about things that are menial and, you know, useless? And are my videos like essays that are well edited and well thought out? I don't have a script, you know, a lot of it's
Yeah,
just
I'd argue face cam is faster than gameplay.
off the dome. So yeah, I guess it's fairly accurate. I'd say it's like 70% accurate for my channel.
Gotcha.
Then obviously for some, it's like 8.
Cheeto. Cheeto's just straight up saying, yeah, it's kind of like slop. I mean, like, see, but here's the thing. Slop for him is just like content he doesn't like. Slop for a Cheeto is like content that is meaningless. Like how I sit here and talk about the Costco guys drama. I'd argue that's slop, but it's just because it doesn't matter, right? So if like a Cheeto doesn't care about something, he's like, that's slop, right? The thing is that the conversation is like two different conversations. And Cheeto's talking about something else, and he's talking about something else, and he's not expanding on what his opinions are to have a good conversation.
80-90%. For some, it's like 50-40%. But yeah, I mean, I don't care. Like, I don't get offended by it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's not out here hurting your feelings and stuff like that.
Not one bit. No, I don't give a.
Good.
Because
I
people
think
still like it.
that's
I
the way
mean,
to
like I think the best comparison I've ever heard, and I don't know who made this, but this was actually said about like React content, like Asmongold sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But I think it still sort of applies to like commentary and whatever. Is that it's sort of fast food content, you know, and there's a market for that. Like in the restaurant world, in the world of cuisine, there are places you'll go to.
The lyrics convo is more enlightening to
Raymundo's for your anniversary for like Michelin.
Well, like the thing is like Raymundo is not punching. He's pulling his punches right now. Like he's doing these interviews and he's pulling his punches. Like I don't understand why he's doing that. Like he's just.
One of the main things that inspired me to make this video in the first place was the treatment of the recently discovered predator, Smart Schoolboy 9. For those who aren't aware, there was a Reddit thread discussing an odd ring of Instagram accounts that all seem to be owned by the same man. These accounts posted really odd imagery of seemingly AI-generated children in some oddly compromising positions. Most of the posts had this incredibly weird and creepy style, which led people to believe that it was some sort of internet horror ARG. But unfortunately, this is not the case. This individual was soon found, with his actions and posts clearly being that of his fetish, including
I watched an Expo video on this. Mad fucking creepy story. Very interesting.
Of schoolboy imagery alongside go-go boots of all things. This man's actions became more
Hi
and
chat,
more
hi Diesel, I'm late as fuck. I'm running super late tonight.
disturbing as people learned that he's actually tried to reach out to children.
Oh, hi Mishi. Hi, missed the whole plot. Can you redo the whole stream?
And spends time around playgrounds. There's much more to this story, but that's just kind of the main parts of it. No one would really know about this if not for YouTuber Nick Crowley's video on the matter, which did incredibly well.
Oh no, it was
Usually
Nick
when someone
Crowley.
in
I
the
mix them
horror
up
niche
sometimes. I think I mix them up.
Does really well, others within the niche will try to make videos on the same topic. But this time, Nick's video breached the niche.
What am I looking at? Okay, Killjoy, this is like a predator that went like viral because of how creepy they were. It was both? Okay. Yeah, it was Nick Crowley's video. I saw that. It was Nick Crowley's.
And the story was picked up by more and more people, and eventually.
But like a lot of people covered this because of how like insane this predator was. It's really creepy. I highly recommend you go watch Nick Crowley or Nexpo's video on it.
Eventually, the commentary community got a hold of it and started making videos on the topic. Now, before I continue, I just want to make my point clear, since this is going to be following my opinion. When it comes to a predator like Smart Schoolboy 9, I don't think it's particularly a good idea for people to talk about him so willy-nilly, like he's just some other piece of internet drama. To me, this kind of normalizes the topic and makes it far less serious. Something that tends to happen a lot when an internet celebrity gets exposed for doing horrible things regarding children is an influx of memes that are made making fun of these people.
Yeah, I know. Why not? Why not? Are you gonna seriously moral F-slur about this, bro? Holy shit, dude.
One of the biggest examples being EDP.
Okay, listen. By the way, in case you guys want to know the YouTuber who plagiarized me, it was iNabber. Fraser, I know you plagiarized me. I'm not stupid. I just don't care. But fuck you.
P445, a YouTuber who was trying to meet up with a young fan who in reality was predator hunters in disguise. When busted, EDP claimed that he was coming to pick up a cupcake that the girl offered. Given the hilarity of this statement, EDP and his actions became a meme, with picking up a cupcake kind of becoming slang for trying to—
I don't understand why. So what? You can't make jokes about bad situations? Dude, they were making jokes like 10 minutes after 9/11 happened online. What is it, your first day here? Did you just get on the internet?
Meet with minors. From there, he was made fun of throughout the entire internet, with him still being referenced to this day. Similar things have happened recently with creators like—
what video did he plagiarize? God. It was fairly recent coverage or something. I can't remember what. I'd be able to tell you if I was more awake, but I'm like running on empty. I don't even know if I'm gonna make it to this lyrics conversation, but I'm gonna try since I'm already like locked in.
Dr. Disrespect and Ava Chris Tyson. There were so many memes making fun of these people and their actions, which felt more fitting because a lot of these people are already internet celebrities and will actually see the memes that are making fun of them. However, it's a very different scenario to the Smart Schoolboy 9 thing. It's undeniable that his appearance is strange and unique, and to some may be comedic, and to others may be very off-putting. I also can't deny that some of the things that he's said and done can be kind of funny because of the absurdity.
I mean, I think there's a morbid curiosity with this more, right? I think people are looking at it and the jokes are made in like jest of like how horrifying it is.
But that doesn't mean it's okay to make light of it, in my opinion.
Are you kidding me, bro? Dude, are you fucking... Bro, the new Dark Souls map in Diddy's underground grotto.
I really feel as though we should take things like this seriously, because not—
Are you... Dude, this is... Okay, so there's an old internet term. Okay, guys? You might have heard Beckett use it. I don't want to say the word because it's not mine, okay? But it's a moral British cigarette, okay? Moral F slur. He's moral F slurring right now.
Doing that ultimately feels dangerous. However, if you can—
It's just like, I mean, like, you know, some people can joke about serious things. If it's not your cup of tea, that's not your cup of tea, but that's like a taste thing.
Tell, by means of so many people talking about this individual, so many memes have been made regarding this man. People have made videos of him in Minecraft. People have made videos
Oh
of
my god, that is absolutely wild. Dude is a living cryptid.
him kidnapping kids in Roblox. And hell,
that is funny. I'm sorry. That's funny.
people are cosplaying this guy.
Dude, that is insane. That is unhinged. That is really unhinged. I hate that. I don't like that at all. That's too much, dude. Nobody is joking about the actions. They're bullying the predator himself. Yeah. Roblox Diddy parties.
Him and his image further and further until now he's become almost just another piece of internet brain rot. It's especially bad when it's someone who preys on children, because now we've seen children go out of their way to hunt this man down and find him, which I don't think I even need to try to explain why that's a bad thing.
I'm not even gonna get into the child predator hunters. All right, I'm not even gonna get into that.
As I write this, Smart Schoolboy 9's image has spread more and more, and the genuine sins of his actions have become watered down and made into a joke, with tons of YouTubers who never cover this sort of thing making a bunch of videos on him, since they do well. Another example of this that's not fully related to YouTube slop is the insane amounts of jokes coming from young children regarding Diddy parties. Like, the fact that—
Are you fucking kidding me? This goes right back to the Hawk Tua thing I mentioned earlier, where kids just say things to test boundaries, right? Kids don't know what any of that means, but they're just making, because they're like, haha, it's a funny meme I saw on the internet. And they go, I went to the Diddy party, right? Just like Hawk Tua, I'm the Rizzler, skibibdi toilet.
I'd Kim a bit of two minds about the memeing of bad people. My only issue is when the meme outgrows the issue. Like LTG becoming such a fighting game meme, someone thought it was appropriate to present a fighting game award.
Doesn't LTG have like a domestic violence thing going on right now too? But I think for the Smart Schoolboy 9, it's not like they're not joking with him, right? Like everybody was kind of in on it with Low Tier God, but Smart Schoolboy 9 is like, look at this fucking creepy pedophile, and it's creepy pedophiles chasing after kids.
Such an evil and horrifying person has become within the same ranks as John Pork and Kai Cenat is disturbing to me on a deep
I don't know, man. I think it's kind of funny
level.
What else are you gonna do, dude? I don't know. Like, what are we gonna do? Like, fuck, dude. Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. Fucking Diddy parties. I'm fucking hey.
Don't know why no one else is talking about it. Anyway, that's its own side tangent, and I won't waste your time with that. My point is, this weird trend of making videos.
Why you care so much about what the kids be up to, bro? What's going on? Dude, it's like a fucking second or third time you've brought it around to that. Like, what's with all this like moral policing about like, think about the kids, they're gonna be all right. We gotta think about the kids, bro. We gotta protect them. Like, why are we Mama Max posting, bro?
On Smart Schoolboy 9 hasn't really led to anything other than mass awareness, which can definitely be argued as a good thing. However, we're still giving this horrible man tons of attention, which...
Yeah, but that's like, the purpose of his content was for him to jerk off, okay? And this will hopefully push him into prison.
Judging by his post history is part of what gets him off. So it's really, really disturbing and just feel...
It's about him role-playing, right? The attention doesn't get him off. The being validated as being a child gets him off.
Overall off. This is not...
Didn't the cops find him? Yes. There's like an ongoing investigation.
It absolutely will not be the last time that repulsive individuals get a bunch of attention for the monetary gain of others. Ultimately, slop is incredibly easy to produce, and you don't need to be creative. You don't need to say anything new, you don't need a personality, and you don't even need a script. But at the end of the day, you really can't
This editing timeline is wild.
The individual creators. They are getting the bag, they're doing what works, and it doesn't really matter what I think about it. People are watching, and they want to see this content. Like, as long as your title says something along the lines of, the insert controversial figure situation is insert interesting adjective, and your thumbnail has the topic's face, slightly edited to look worse with a bright background and crazy drop shadows, and maybe even a black bar around their eyes with some text on it, you're
Why
set
would
to go.
this guy like painted a humongous target on his back? This is literally the In Praise of Shadows video. He literally painted a target on his back for no reason.
It really honestly makes me kind of sad that this is all it takes anymore. YouTube success...
Bro is misusing the phrase slop the same way people are starting to misuse lol cow. Yeah, 110%.
Success used to be a very, very difficult thing to achieve, and granted, it still absolutely is. But this meta is effective like nothing else. However, unlike the fidget spinner Among Us 3
bro, you just did this video because you're like, okay, Platinum, did you fucking find a timestamp? I really want to see this conversation.
Slop of the late 2010s, this content just feels kind of cynical. So much of this drama is just toxic and unnecessary, with small things getting blown out of proportion for the sake of content and, well, money. You might watch this and just think that I'm jealous. And yeah, I absolutely am. Here, check this out. This is what a timeline looks like in an average Raymundo.
Oh no, 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 no. No.
2112 video, and by proxy, like an average, high quality video essay. This layer here is sound, and the top one is imagery. This is what the
this isn't that hard. I'm sorry. I'm like a professional editor. I teach people how to edit. Like there's a bunch of things that I can see that are problems here that I would not like. If I was your lead, I'd tell you to clean that up. This needs to be cleaned up. This is a mess. You're making more work for yourself. Okay.
Average drama commentary video looks like.
That is that is really fucking disingenuous.
To look at this and remove myself from the equation since I will absolutely be biased, but
yeah, he was talking a shit on a Sunny V2 video, but he's like, but my editing. Why is he complaining about the editing practices if he's saying highly edited is good, but too highly edited is bad? Why is the gauge based on whatever your personal taste is?
God damn, the discrepancy is crazy. I know a lot of these communities will likely see this, so feel free to make the obligatory Raymundo 2112 situation is crazy video.
Dude, you're a fucking idiot, dude. That's really it. You're just like fucking stupid.
I'll be waiting. Now, of course, the question that must be asked is, how do we fix this? Is there any chance that slop will no longer be profitable?
Dude, you're just like, fuck, I don't understand, dude. You sat down and had a meal with these people, you fucking nutcase. Like, I can't believe you were in that picture, dude.
And then we can see a return to more high quality content? Well, unfortunately, it's not really a simple situation. However, I can offer you some solutions. If there's some spicy drama that you're interested in going on the internet, I suggest you do your own research and learn the information from the source. For example, with the Mr. Beast drama, most of these slop videos are made covering Dogpack's video. So basically, you're provided with two options. You can either watch 3 separate commentary videos about Dogpack.
Yeah, or just watch Dogpack. Guys, there's some stuff that Dogpack has done right and some stuff that Dogpack has done wrong. I've had comprehensive conversations with Beckett about this because he and Jenny are very good researchers. Okay? There are problems with Dogpack's coverage. Serious ethical and information concerns with Dogpack's coverage.
Video that basically just recount what he said. Or you could go directly to the source and learn about it yourself.
Okay, alright. Listen, alright. When you talk about, let's talk about news for a second, buddy. Okay, I've talked about this before on stream, but the concept is called gilding the lily. Okay, if something seems too good to be true, it might just be. This dude is fundamentally going against the information economy, Lamau. This is like, don't make stuff.
You absolutely do not need your food to be chewed for you. Let's just make that clear. None of us do. You can go and just directly find the information that you so crave.
There's reasons, like when I have something to add to the conversation, I have something to add to the fucking conversation. Okay? There are problems with Dogpack's coverage.
These people rarely, if ever, break news, so it's not like you're gonna find
Wrong. That's just wrong. That is actually wrong. That is wrong. You don't understand this field, dude. You just don't understand this field. Guys, how many times have I broke news on stream? A couple times, right? A couple times? I've broke news a couple times on stream.
Find some new information by watching them. If enough people just decide to not watch this kind of content anymore, these creators will know and will have to shift their content style to better fit what the masses want. I think we should take back our independence and not have our opinions told to us by someone who's literally just some guy with a microphone and some background gameplay. Take back your ability to
You were also some guy with a microphone and some background video.
Learn about current events and form your own opinion on them. If there's a YouTuber making glorified multiple hour-long reaction videos on some topic, just find the video that they're reacting to and just watch that. You'll save a lot of time and all it takes is just the tiniest little amount of effort.
Why is he so twee about it, bro? Just speak it with your whole chest, man.
With that said, there's not too much we can really do. But if you're all as sick of slop as I am, I highly suggest just not watching or supporting it. Support small...
I think it was Makari who said it earlier, the people who are making the quote-unquote slop channel videos, like the In Praise of Shadows or the guy who made the X situation is Y type thing, that is also slop content, because it's just regurgitating the same opinion of people who just don't like commentary because it's like me.
Hardworking YouTubers, since we need all the support that we can get. If you
Are you kidding me, bro? You and your homies go fucking take a hike, little... You guys are so green, dude. You're so green. You're new to this game and it shows, bitch.
If you like what I make, check out creators like Jaden Salads, Lula Loopsy, Izzy.
Oh my god, bro. I mean, Izzy is fine. I've never had a problem with Izzy. They have their stuff that they do, right? I don't know who the other fucking people are.
Strange Eons, Scum.
Strange Eons is great. Dude, I was talking to Frankie a few days ago. Frankie's great, bro. But like Frankie's like cool with us. She's like, why Frankie don't need your help. What the fuck you trying to slide in Frankie's DMs for, bro?
Bagovich, John X Woodcat, Debunk File, Maverick Files, Swanene, The Beak, or any of the
Dude,
other.
a lot of this is like fucking horror content for Babby. This is like Babby horror content analysis. Do not buy these bootleg FNAF toys. I survived a week of brain rot. This is like all one, either like your homies or like people you trying to be homies with.
They're hardworking, honest, high effort.
I found disgusting kids YouTube rabbit hole. It's Freddy Fazbear. Freddy Fazbear Rule 34 is on the internet, and it makes me upset when I see Chica getting her ass clapped by the purple guy. Think of the children.
For independent YouTubers that are out there. You will not regret it. I don't really have too
Bro,
much.
I don't even know what the fuck Strange Aeons is up to. Their coverage of the fucking Onision books was great, though. I love that.
Say, other than a huge thank you to the people who came out and shared their opinions. Huge
Bro. Yeah, you only like shat all over them. It's fucking psycho to ask a single hardball question.
Thanks to today's sponsor, and thanks to you for watching all the way.
Shout out to Morgan, bro. Shout out Morgan. Oh my god. Alright, let's find this lyrics fucking interview or debate. On a stream channel. Oh my god, I'm never gonna find it. Dude, somebody needs to hit me up with some fucking timestamps, bro. Oh my god. Somebody said the fucking it's the most recent live. All right. Oh god. Oh, he's on with Aiden.
There's some.
There ain't no way he gets on face cam with the Brody background, bro. What? You gotta be fucking shitting me.
First and foremost, for accepting the call, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, of course. You know, this is kind of the most attention I've gotten in a long time, and I was not expecting it in the slightest. So, you know, it's cool to have this opportunity. Are we?
Dude, he's lucky he's on with Lyrics, who's he's not like Lyrics ain't like a great debater. He can drama farm like a motherfucker, but there are way stronger debaters and commentary than him. Could you imagine Nicholas Diorio in a room with this guy, bro? Like
live right now?
We are live. We are live.
Awesome. Well, hello to the audience.
Yeah, so I was checking out your video. I'm about yeah, to be fair, I don't know if you say some crazy shit towards the end here, but I watched the first 11 minutes, the commentary slop section, Mr. Beast memes and stuff.
Yes.
And I wanted to get your broad, ask some questions about your broad take and thoughts on, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
The meaning of this video and how you think of commentary slop or something. So
totally.
The thing I was noticing about this video is that I feel like you were mentioning.
Go my background.
Yeah.
dude, oh my god, bro. Oh my god. You know he was trying to use this as a way to get he wanted the commentary fans to watch him, right? He's fishing for that. He's fishing for it right now, dude. Why would you do this? Dude, such a handsome guy, immediate negative aura to do this brony shit, dude.
Let me change my background real quick. That was for a podcast.
Is that the Pegasus brony you mentioned in the video?
That is there's some lore to all this stuff. But
dude, this is bad, dude. Turn your fucking cam off, bro. Oh my god.
You know,
oh man, you're
all
Your
that.
your camera's lagging pretty bad.
Oh, is it?
Is
Okay.
it good? Is it good now?
Shit,
Maybe it's
yeah,
because
it
you're
is.
switching.
I see it on
stuff.
stream. Yeah, that's not a good frame. There we go. That's somewhat better. Right.
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Dude starts
Here,
to
let's,
dress
to be fair, dude, it's
himself
lagging a
up.
bunch. I mean,
Dude starts to dress himself up.
I don't know if you want to keep it on or something, but it's
I mean, it's all good. I'm seeing in the chat right now. People are they're seeing the derpy thing. I'll just do no video because I don't want to ruin the viewing experience or anything.
yeah, no problem. Okay, so
Why is this guy hopping on a
Yeah, real hot. Bro, you should have done that beforehand.
So, dude, I saw my name mentioned. No, not mentioned there. At least put in the video. So I was like concerned. I was like, holy shit, man, what happened?
Yeah.
So I want to ask, what is your? Because the thing I noticed about this video is that you put out a lot of like labels and words to describe like these commentary channels, but I don't really feel like you've, or at least my understanding of the video so far, like you fleshed out a main critique of these channels. So I want to ask you that: what is your main critique and problem with commentary? I guess slop channels.
That's a good question. I have a lot of points, some that come up later in the video, and others that I kind of wish I articulated more thoroughly in the video itself. Because there's a lot to it. But my general thing, as someone who has been doing YouTube for a really long time now, is
No, you haven't. No, I'm sorry, sister. I'm sorry, sister. I get the senior citizen discount, okay?
that I've been on this platform. I've been both making videos but also watching stuff all the way since I was like a little kid. So I've seen kind of a lot of the metas and the sort of things that have changed throughout the years. And in recent times, the sort of uproar of drama YouTube is something that I've noticed a lot. And initially, I didn't have too many thoughts on it, and of course, this is all, my opinion. But you look at all these sort of channels.
Yeah, this guy has to be young. There's no way he's out of his early 20s.
And the type of content that exists. And my main sort of issue with it is that a lot of the time
he's early
it's very,
20s.
very repetitive.
Dude, you're like fucking like 18, 19, 20 to like 23. You're like real passionate about shit. And then after that, you just are too busy with like real life to care.
And derivative of its own genre, in a sense. And that a lot of the time, too, most of the time, at least from my personal experience, things are often...
Bro, get to the fucking point. Holy shit.
Kind of blown out of proportion. And many of the videos made by different creators end up kind of saying the exact same thing, but just kind of with a new skin on it, if that makes any sense. That's kind of one of my bigger issues. Of course, there's kind of more personal things, but that's the wider view.
Dude, I have a personal reason, dude.
Feel as though that sort of content kind of makes a bad mark on the overall drama sort of scene and the way that information is spread.
Yeah, listen, bad drama content is bad, and you can only do your best as an individual, right? I obviously August the Duck would never see it, right? But I nut checked that because it was fucking bad coverage. All right, like the only thing you can do is just be better than the other fucking idiot.
I think Mr. Beast is a good example of where kind of a lot of people were making the same video and were really milking the drama, and in a sense, nothing new was really said after the first like 5 videos or so.
Okay, yeah. But people don't go to a commentary video for like just the coverage. They go kind of for the person's take, right? You're like going for an opinion and a take. And I get it. It's like where'd you get that opinion from some other YouTuber? Yeah, I get it. But people are like, you can't have the problem with today is that people want you to have a nuanced, articulated opinion on every subject. But the thing is, you physically can't. So a lot of people just defer the opinion making to other people. And YouTubers, commentary YouTubers, become those people for internet discourse. That's just how it is.
Makes any sense. Well, that part isn't true, but here's the thing. Okay, so I hear what you're saying with how it's just like not good content, I guess, if you personally don't think it's good content. Personally, me, I don't watch a lot of the other commentary YouTubers.
Yeah, I don't really watch commentary YouTubers. You'll hear that a lot. We don't watch each other at all. It's very rare. I watch my friends, but that's to support them.
That like, I don't know, Cheeto I've had problems with the past. Sense to Society and whatever, because they are just kind of, I don't know, run of the mill, like here's this current situation, not doing a lot of like looking into it or whatever the fuck or whatever. But I wouldn't call this bad. Like this is just like the game or whatever.
Sure.
I wouldn't call this a bad thing or something. So I want to understand, because you also brought up live stream clips, that what at what point is this just a personal preference versus it being bad? Like,
yeah, a lot of it is his video is just personal preference.
Where would you draw that distinction?
Like, what's
because
he needs to explain something like that's a like here's a quantifiable bad. Allow me to explain why, and then they can debate back and forth on that topic.
Yeah, obviously, like personal preference. It's like, who really cares? Because people could say the same thing about your content, for example, that they rather.
Oh, and they are. They certainly are.
Yeah, like they rather prefer like live stream clips for their own personal reasons.
The negativity is getting to him. You could hear it in that sentence right there when he said that. 100% is getting to him.
Versus your videos, and
yeah,
that's cool. That's chill. But I mean, it seems like you disagree with that, and you have like this higher bar for what you think content is good.
So generally, the way that I view it is that with stream clips in the way that they are presented currently, I think a lot more sort of to the pyrocynical, I'm forgetting what Tom's live channel is, but the Turkey Tom live channel, the Cheeto live channel, is that generally they are somewhat misleading in the way that they're presented. And that to me feels kind of like an issue that isn't really being addressed, especially with the Pyrocynical TV channel, where it is multiple hour-long videos on things that are short, and the thumbnails and titles imply that they are original sort of works.
What's up?
I wouldn't go as far as to say it's content theft, not by any means.
Wait, original works? What does that word mean? You gotta be specific
like,
there.
Basically,
that was a good catch that Lyrics just got there. I didn't even hear that.
Like
But I'm also exhausted.
See these sort of oh, I see in your stream now. The more recent ones that he's done, they appear to be videos that are sort of essays in their own right, and not reactions. They're presented in a way that doesn't really represent what the content actually is.
Dude, he should make a second video about slop. Can I be in it? Hey, Raymundo, if you make another slop video, can I be in it? I'll talk to you. You want to talk to me?
And to give credit where credit is due, the videos are actually linked in the description and stuff like that.
He should do a second video, and he should be more argumentative. Come on, Raymundo. Come on.
and he tells people to check it out. But to me, I personally find issue with that, because a lot of the times these videos end up getting more views than the original.
Diesel needs a new Scarlet. I need a new Mark. I need a... Listen, guys. I killed 2 men. I killed 2 men. I killed Scarlet Reaper. I need 1 more.
Just watch the live stream clip and not go over to the original person's channel. Which I think there is definitely an issue with. And, you know, you may disagree, but that's my...
well, the first thing you said about the misleading, like, thumbnails and titles, the way they're being marketed. I mean, with this Pyrocynical... I don't know if you want to look at another example, but with this Pyrocynical TV channel, I just took a look at it real quick, first time, and his About section says where streams are archived and uploaded. So it seems like he's upfront with that. I guess, would you say that these are here, I could share my screen if you want. That these are like
I'm watching you. I'm on your stream. Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
See the ones down there. If you see the like the Sonic Autism one, like that kind of line right there. You know, they're very good thumbnails and very good titles. I don't think that he's trying.
I don't even think they're that good of thumbnails, bro.
to steal content, but the way that it's presented comes off as if it is original content. Which,
I just
you
don't
know,
think. I think this is too far of a reach to make this definitive point here, because I mean, like you,
Diesel is challenging Nick's body count. Listen, man, Nick's a very accomplished content assassin. All right, I need to work hard. I need to put my axe to the grindstone if I want to get those content kills.
people have used multiple different thumbnails for multiple different types of content. Just
Sure.
him making this, he looks like he just looked up a picture of Sonic and put the text autism connection behind it. I don't think inherently that's supposed to now imply that this is, you know, a video essay. But even if it is, I guess I just don't really see a big deal in this, like clickbait.
Sure.
Like, really, I don't really have ever cared about clickbait. Do you find that to be like a big deal? Like a wrong? I mean, it's just like
I don't think
YouTube. It's the game.
biggest deal. It is the YouTube game, but
This guy has a really hard time having a solid opinion. He's floundering really bad, and it's a really soft right now.
seen it
You
now
need
with
to put
smaller
those legs to the melon.
I know. At this rate, I'm gonna have to whip out a pumpkin, huh?
channels who are basically trying to do the exact same thing. And that to me is kind of one of the bigger issues, because it sort of sets up this precedent that this is what works. And in a sense, it is what works. And for me personally, and this is the part where it kind of gets to, I mean, most of it is just like opinion based, but and it progresses.
Okay,
as,
here I get your frustration because I've had the same frustration. Funny enough, but here's the thing:
sure,
everything is dictated by the market. If people are enjoying this, it's just the audience making this decision.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Lyrics bringing out the Econ 101, bro. Pumpkin in a ghost face mask and profit. Guys, you don't understand. I'm pretty fucking fat right now, all right? Fucking teaching has like kicked my ass.
It's not their fault for like doing this because the audience enjoys this. The audience clicks on these videos and they seemingly enjoy the content. You can't now like blame these people for doing this. The main problem I see, that I was waiting for this point to be fleshed out in your video, because the main problem I see with slop channels, for example, is the
Fat
concept
Diesel
of the
could
news site.
still get it. Thank you, Jim. Thank you for that. Jesus Christ. Bro, my fucking community is insane. Yeah, I was talking to Matt Pitt, and Matt was like, dude, your audience is wild. Why do they always like want to have sex or something? Like, what's going on, dude?
Being so fucked with daily commentary channels is that people
You
are
built this, Chief. I know. What can I say? When I'm not even gonna say that. I was gonna have a delusion of grandeur because I'm tired.
tripping over themselves to cover the new next story. So
Medisage wins. You groomed us to be like this. Careful, you're gonna bring Scarlet back from the grave.
And only has algorithm and views on the mind to the extent where they misreport the story and they spread misinfo. This is the problem. This is a problem I've had with Cheeto in the past.
Spreading misinfo is the issue.
Problem that sensitive society has had specifically. I remember back in the Pyro situation, funny enough. But that is like the only legitimate main critique I think I would give to these people, is if they're misreporting. But that point
that's 100%. I was literally saying that over the entire video reaction. That's a really, really great point, Lyrics. He didn't cover that at all. He like ignored the misreporting thing. He didn't cover that.
Isn't fleshed out like at all in your video.
Well, not yet. That point is mentioned later.
Is that mentioned later in the?
I don't even think he did. He really didn't present that point well at all. I really didn't. It was just bogged down in a miasma of useless arguments about personal taste.
Yeah. It's
he didn't. Yeah, he just didn't. Yeah, he really didn't.
Yeah. Because that is one of my biggest issues with it, truly, because
Yeah, so I think that would be the only point that I guess would be legitimate and actually tracks on. Everything else is just kind of like preference and dictated by the market or whatever. Like
pretty much.
Yeah, and like this,
dude, why does he do this thing? He gets in a conversation with a commentary YouTuber and immediately starts like doing, Yeah, yeah, and being like a soft Andy, bro. Like he needs to actually like knuckle down and defend his position, and he's really not doing that.
The reason why I feel like that doesn't.
Yeah, he just wanted a shot at Moon, but it's like, dude, to just take the shot at Moon. Like, you're doing too much, and like that swing wide is why you're getting punched in the face, bro.
Really fit in a video essay too is because as you're experiencing, you get a lot of people saying the same thing back at you. Well, who the fuck do you think you are? You're now like pontificating about your content being better than this other content, but I prefer this content way better than yours. So you find yourself in that situation.
Bro, what the fuck kind of webcam is Lyrics using? You notice how it's like interlaced? He has like an interlaced video camera, bro.
Yeah, it's interesting, you know.
See it? There's like a line traveling
I didn't really
down
expect
the
to
screen.
find myself in this spot, and there have been many times where I, you know, I'll make a video that is just something that is on my mind that has bothered me, and I put a lot of thought into it and release something, and generally the reception has been pretty positive. But you know, this time there's definitely a good amount of pushback, which I think is not a bad thing by any means.
Clearly, he's not that educated on what commentary is and where he is right now. He is in a den of vipers.
In fact, it's really interesting to get a bunch of different people's opinions and viewpoints. But actually, later in the video, Sensitive Society and Cheeto are interviewed. And so I was able to get their perspective. I didn't want to make it just like a one-sided opinion piece, you know, have actual input from the side that I'm criticizing. But ultimately, you know,
I'm sure he'll get a lot of positive reception to that video, 110%. But the thing is he doesn't want positive reception from the public. He wants positive reception from other creators. He wants communal recognition, which is the really important recognition that YouTubers look for, right? It's why he was at the Gamer from Mars breakfast.
Oh.
Gonna gaslight Diesel into thinking he fell asleep and is dreaming this live stream. Guys, I had a dream that I got canceled on Twitter. I had a nightmare that I got canceled on Twitter while I was on Discord. And I was like, wow, I'm so glad that I'm like going outside now.
It is also a sort of like, and this is what also comes later in the video. There's a point where I talk about the. Are you familiar with the Smart Schoolboy 9 situation?
Not really. I heard of it, but don't really know the details.
I won't go into.
You know what, Raymundo, you don't need to talk to Lyrics. Come talk to me. I don't want him getting the kill. It's mine. I claim it now. It's like one of those prize hunters, like, you know, like a predator or something. He's like, I'm going after that guy. I'm killing that guy.
Too much detail, but
is it just the meme of misreporting and people like getting the details wrong because they're so worried about getting like their first video in the algorithm first?
To an extent, but it's also the way that you know, an issue of a real predator who's actually trying to prey on kids has become this kind of like drama farm. And again, yes, there is some people just report saying that you reporting things that they saw on TikTok.
God, this conversation with Lyrics is killing me. I can't fucking do it. Oh my god. I'm like running on empty. Food review. Dude, what is with all these fucking... Oh... God, I wish I could show that. God, I'm tired, chat. I'm tired. I think I'm EP. I'm EP. EP% right now. I did do my Duolingo. I'm going to end stream before I fall asleep in my chair. Time for bed. Good night. But no, I read a DM and I thought it was very funny, but I can't share it. It's private. But good night, chat. Sweet dreams.